It's about that time. What's up with y'all? I see y'all tapping in already with a pimp.
You got all of these thirsty followers up in your face, but people busting your face. Ego inflated, you got to thinking you made it.
Yeah.
Sneaking to the point it can't be debated. Thinking the true champ, living the unmoved stamp ticket. Sleeping pillows and post back with my trap. No part about it, you be fucking for free. But get offended.
Heartbreak Cherry, Filmo, I see you.
I'm just extending my hand, you'll understand.
Simply D. Slim Griff, I see y'all. Folks to 86, I see you. What's up with it? Salute. Yeah, we're gonna have a good one tonight, man. Yeah, man. Give y'all a minute to get in here as usual. Can y'all hear me cool?
It's about time you finish being set. It's about time you got with a giant and measured up. Choosing the niggas cause they low maintenance. No pressure, so defensive cause y'all so basic. Yeah, y'all lose, but at least y'all
okay, cool.
Together. No hard to get major
good shit, good shit.
Together, use together. Every drug known to man.
Yeah, I'm back, man. I ain't went nowhere though. Pimp just been busy, you did.
You won't be young. But it's time to hung with better. Cause it's only gonna make sense with some game with it. And that's only gonna
let a few more people get in here before we get to what you did. We're gonna have a good one though, man. We're gonna talk about whether or not the track is a downgrade for a hoe. Because as y'all already know, that's a popular belief in the game among a lot of people for some strange reason. We're gonna talk about it though. Yeah, we're gonna give it we're gonna wait for a few more people to get up in here, man, but we're gonna have a good one tonight. As y'all already know, Freeze is it. Tonight's topic is whether or not the track is a downgrade for a hoe. We're gonna talk about it this evening, man. Wait for a few more people to get up in here and we're gonna get to it, man. Y'all already know how Freeze get down, man. Y'all already know the first order of business over here, man. Put some love in your life, man. Yeah, that was Freeze bumping Freeze. Yeah, you already know. Gonna wait for it. Excuse my pimping. We're gonna wait for a few more people to get up in here and we're gonna get right to it. Support for the Prince, good looking. Filmo say, run that slap back while we wait, man. Nah, cause we finna get into it, man. We just waiting for a few more people. One more person. Mac Docious, good looking, man. For the $5 holler. Ah, man, this ain't nothing to talk about. Talk to a pimp about. Ah, that's funny. You remember that, huh? Yeah, man. I know y'all been missing the pimp, man. Pimp been busy, man, on the move. In motion, putting things together, you did. But y'all already know I ain't gonna go too long without shooting y'all a little dose of this shit, man. And I know it's needed in the game, so I'm gonna go ahead and bless y'all this evening, man, as usual. And for those of y'all who haven't already, man, go ahead, wipe your feet off at the door, man. Y'all know better than to come into a pimp's domain without wiping your feet off at the door. What I mean by that, man, hit that thumbs up button. Go ahead, hit the like button one time before we get off into it, man. If you have not already, Hit that thumbs up button. All right, we got over 50 people in here, so we're going to get to it, man. Now, is the track a downgrade for a hoe? You know, what made me speak on this topic is because it's funny, man. And it's been like that for some years now. It's a lot of people in the game that think that the track is a downgrade for a hoe or a downgrade in the game, period. And it's hilarious to me, man. Now, it's a few different reasons why a lot of people say that the track is a downgrade. It's a few different, I guess, theories or whatever the case may be that's out there among people. And the most hilarious thing to me about the shit is that most of the motherfuckers that say that the track is a downgrade is motherfuckers who ain't ever played the track, or they done tampered with the track. You know what I mean? They stuck their toe in the water. They didn't like the temperature and they didn't fuck with it no more. And now they think they got the right or the wherewithal to talk about the track, good or bad. But anybody who has really played the track thoroughly and is more than familiar with the track already knows that that's a ridiculous thing to say, the track being a downgrade. Now, one of the reasons why a lot of people say that the track is a downgrade is because of the money. A lot of people think that it's less money on the track than there is on the carpet, in the strip club, freelancing, the internet, whatever you want to call all the other different avenues aside from the track. A lot of people think that it's more money in those other avenues than it is on the track. See, one thing you got to understand is a trick, right? And it's just, you know, when it comes to sex is damn near just like any other drug. You know, motherfuckers is addicted to sex, just like you got people addicted to heroin, just like you got people addicted to crystal meth, just like you got people addicted to alcohol and cigarettes. Shit, you got people addicted to eating badass food that's no good for their ass. And just like any of them other addictions, sex ain't no different, right? And we already know that when a motherfucker want to reach their high bad enough, they're going to take drastic measures. They're going to do whatever the supplier of the high wants them to do if the supplier of the high got enough game to get the fiend or the addict to do what they want them to do. And it's no different, like I say, with the sex industry, the sex trade, or what have you. See, a lot of motherfuckers just ain't got game for the track. And a lot of motherfuckers really ain't got game for whatever it is that they doing. Like, you got a lot of bitches on the internet that say that the track is a downgrade. They really don't have no game for the internet, just like they ain't got no game for the track. But the thing about it is, a lot of people, see, this is what people who ain't got no game do, right? People who have no game, of course, they rely on outside forces, outside powers, outside circumstances. They rely on the things that's around them in order to be what they think is successful. They don't rely on themselves. They operate from the outside in as opposed to the inside out. This is what people with no game do, right? So if you the type of individual that operates from the outside in, if you the type of individual that thinks that your success is based on where you are or you know, what you're able to do depending on where you are, if you have this reactive nature, I call it the in-call mentality, which is a reactive nature about yourself, you're going to go to the place that those outside forces play in your favor the most. And one of them places is the internet. You did. You can apply a game no matter where you at, no matter what you're doing, whatever the case may be. There's always some game to be applied. But when it comes to the internet is like the training wheels. You know what I mean? You don't necessarily have to be able to ride a bike to fuck with the internet. You know what I mean? You can have some training wheels on, and the training wheels is gonna really do the work for you. You ain't gotta know how to balance. You ain't gotta really know how to pedal good. You know what I mean? If you on the internet is your training wheels. You know what I mean? Now you could get on there and take the training wheels off and do your thing, but it's not necessary in order to function on the internet. The internet is really training wheels for the game. You know what I mean? So you don't have to necessarily have a lot of game. You don't have to necessarily have a lot of expertise when it comes to the internet. And within that, bitches make decent money. You dig? But what they not telling you is that there's a lot of inconsistency when it comes to that, because again, this is a situation where you operate from the outside in. The situation where you depending on outside forces. You depending on how the trick feel, what the trick want to do, what mood he's in, and all that type of shit. You're not at all dependent upon yourself. You're not at all relying upon yourself. So, of course, people like that with that mentality, they gonna think that the track is a downgrade, because the track is a place where, in order to thrive, you're gonna have to be more proactive. You're gonna have to have some game. You're gonna have to apply yourself. You dig? You're gonna have to have some hustle about your home when you on the motherfucking track. See, the internet, like I said, is training wheels for the game. On the internet, you could sit there, wait for the phone to ring, answer the phone, say ABC 1 2 3, and make $1,000 in a day. You could put a monkey on the internet with a wig, and that monkey with a wig fuck around and make $1,000 within a day. You dig? Now you put a monkey on the motherfucking track, that monkey ain't gonna really do shit on the track. You know what I mean? You can teach a monkey how to answer the phone and have a trick come through. You know what I mean? That monkey with a wig gonna check $1,000 on the internet. You know what I mean? It's so easy, a monkey with a wig could do it. But on that motherfucking track, monkey with a wig, a monkey with a wig ain't got all the weaponry that a hoe got. You did, because you're gonna need that weaponry on the track. You don't necessarily need all the weaponry on the internet that you need on the track. You did, but you're gonna have to have some game on that track. So that's really what it is. Instead of saying that the track is a downgrade, you need to just say that you don't know how to be successful on the track. You don't have what it takes to be successful on the track. Just say that the track ain't for you. You did? But that's what it is. And if you really think about it, anybody who really been in the game knows, across the board, on the track you got low budget bitches. On the track you got high quality bitches. The low budget bitches is catching low budget dates. They doing $20 and $30 dates. You know what I mean? The high caliber bitches, the high class bitches, they get more money for their dates. You dig? Their presentation is different. Their level of game is different. They whole approach and outlook to the game is different. And you have the same thing on the internet. On the internet, you got low budget bitches and you got high quality bitches. On the carpet, at the bars, in the casinos, you got low budget bitches, you got high quality bitches. In the strip club, you have low budget bitches, you got high quality bitches. No matter where you go in the game, no matter what it is that you're doing or where you are, you're gonna have your different levels, your different calibers of individuals in the game. That's just a fact. And anybody, like I said, who's been in the game and really familiar with the game knows this. So when it comes to the track being a downgrade, it really depends on the individual. It depends on how you come into the track. And see, what's a downgrade is not having no game. That's the downgrade. You could be downgraded on the internet. You could be downgraded on the strip in Vegas, or on Collins in Miami, or on Waikiki Beach on Cahillo. Any of these carpet type places, downtown Chicago, you could be downgraded, because I've seen it. If you go to the strip right now in Vegas tonight, you're gonna see a bitch in sandals. You're gonna see some bitches with heels on, but you're gonna see some bitches with sandals, majority. If you go to Waikiki, if you go on Cahillo Avenue tonight, you're gonna see bitches with sandals on. This is a fact. You talking to somebody who done seen it. If you go to Miami on South Beach tonight, on Collins and on Washington and on Ocean Drive and all that shit, you're going to see bitches with sandals on. And the bitches with sandals on is low budget bitches. And you know what's crazy? Everybody want to talk down on the track. And if you go on the internet, you're going to see bitches with no shoes on. Bitches on the internet, they not even going to have no sandals on. They coming to the door barefooted. You dig? They going to have a bunch of high heels with no scuff marks on them. They going to have some brand new sandals that they hardly even wear because they indoors all the time. Their shoes ain't got no mileage on it. That's what you're going to see dealing with bitches on the internet. But you're going to see low budget bitches there too. That's my point. Christian Murphy, as always, good looking for the $2. You dig? Yeah, so the downgrade is the lack of game. And you can have a lack of game anywhere. Yeah, you can have a lack of game anywhere, you dig? Oh, and by the way, like I say all the time, man, if you haven't at this point wiped your feet off at the door, and what I mean by that is hitting that thumbs up button when you came up in here, go ahead and wipe your feet off at the door, man. Do a pimp a favor, hit that thumbs up button. We got 98 people up in here with only 53 likes. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. You dig? And the haters in here, if y'all want to hit the thumbs down button, do that too. But do something before you come up in here, you dig? But yeah, like I say, man, that lack of game is the downgrade. Cause see, when you have a lack of game, you subject yourself to being taken advantage of by tricks. And the track is not the only place where a bitch can be taken advantage of by a trick. It's not the only place where bitches are being taken advantage of by a trick. And bitches is being taken advantage of more prevalently than ever on the internet. I don't know of a place where bitches is being more taken advantage of than on the internet. See, like I say, you can apply game anywhere and you can have a lack of game anywhere. But at the same time, there's certain places that set the tone for your level of game. You know, because most people in the game are reactive, right? And most people in the game, they don't approach whatever avenue with game. They approach whatever avenue like, oh, okay, this is what's going on. Let me conform. Let me get with the program, with the program that everybody else is on. Let me fall in. This is what most people do. And when you come to the internet and you fall in and you get with the program and you do what everybody else is doing, you just like everybody else on the internet. Most of the bitches on the internet, their biggest thing is their reviews. Oh, I'm highly reviewed. I got the best reviews. I got the most best reviews. Ain't no other bitch got more good reviews than me. I don't have no bad reviews. Basically, all you saying is that you being taken advantage of by tricks. Because a lot of them tricks, you know what I mean, they control these bitches with the motherfucking reviews. They dictate a bitch's whole movement with the motherfucking reviews. And it just goes to show how fucked up the game is when it comes to the internet. Because there's no way in the world that a trick's opinion should be able to dictate anything when it comes to a hoe. A trick's opinion shouldn't have no type of dictation over what a hoe is doing. It should never be able to have that type of power of influence over the game. Like, a trick's opinion shouldn't move nothing, but it does on that motherfucking internet. You dig? What's one of the first things tricks do? I mean, they go to the reviews, they check a bitch's reviews, and if it's enough tricks on there saying that this bitch is cool, then the trick gonna fuck around and go with the bitch. If it's enough tricks on there saying that this bitch ain't cool, then the trick gonna fuck around and bag up off the bitch. That's crazy. That's crazy. It don't matter how much game you got, how much hoeing you got, whatever the case may be, if your reviews say one thing or another, that's the direction that the tricks is gonna go in. That's the direction that the tricks is gonna fuck with. Whatever direction the reviews are saying, good or bad. And that's terrible. So for a bitch on the internet to say that the track is a downgrade is hilarious. Cause bitch, you subject to a trick's opinion. See, on the track, a trick's opinion don't mean shit. You know what I mean? It ain't no network on the track where all the tricks huddle together and say, yeah, you know what, this bitch over here, she ain't cool. That bitch over there don't fuck with. They don't have that on the track. You know what I mean? And even if they did, it wouldn't matter because all a hoe with some game got to do is get up in the trick's face and apply game, and all that shit gonna be out the motherfucking window. But on the internet, you can't go past the reviews and get up in the trick's face and apply game because you can't even get in the trick's face. You gotta wait for that motherfucker to call you before all of that shit happen, and the motherfucker ain't gonna call you if the reviews is bad. So it's so much beyond your control on the internet for you to be able to like act like you're special because you do well on the internet. It's too much beyond your control. And the internet, of all places in the game, is the most inconsistent. You see on the track, you could go 100 days and check over $1,000 a day. 100 days straight. You can do that on the track consistently. You can consistently go 100 days on the track and check over $1,000 a day. I want to know who's done that on the internet. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's extremely unlikely. I want to know who done did that. I want to know who's gone 100 days straight and made over $1,000 every single day on the internet. I don't see it. But like I said, on the track, it's being done. It's been done. It's gonna keep getting done. You dig? On the motherfucking on the carpet, it's the same thing. On the carpet, you have the ability to do that. Go 100 days and make over $1,000 every single day because you outside. And when you outside, you got the ability to be proactive. You did. So once again, saying that the track is a downgrade is ridiculous, especially if you on the internet talking that shit. The internet is like, I just like me myself, I fucked with the internet and I made some cool money on the internet, but anybody who really know me know that I'm not a fan of the internet. And a big reason why I'm not a fan of the internet is because tricks have too much motherfucking control. First of all, the sites, everything about the internet game is created and dictated by tricks. It's created and dictated by tricks. That ain't the case with the track. You know what I mean? Tricks ain't dictating nothing on the motherfucking track. They're not dictating anything but what a gameless bitch allows them to. Which you got that going on. But motherfuckers on the track with game, the trick ain't dictating nothing. On the internet though, that's their playground. That is their playground. So, like I say, one reason why a lot of people say that the track is a downgrade is because in their mind, it's less money. And like I said, the people who think like that is motherfuckers who ain't never really played the track for real. And they definitely ain't had no success even if they did play the track for real. Paper Chase Banks, good looking with the $5 holla. Peace and blessings to you as well. But and you got motherfuckers that play the carpet, that say the same shit, that speak down on the track. But again, those is motherfuckers that they don't really know nothing about the track. They're not speaking from experience, and if they are, they didn't have the game to be successful on the track. Because on the track, you gotta have some game. You gotta apply game. You gotta know what you're doing. And just like the internet, of course, on the carpet, you have to apply more game. But just like on the internet, the carpet is a place where if you don't have so much game, you can still be successful on the carpet. You dig? But on the track, if you ain't got no game, you're not finna be successful. It's not happening. You know, with anything, if you go outside enough, or if you take a stab at it enough, just like the internet, the carpet, strip club, track, whatever, if you take a stab at it enough, you gonna get lucky. It's just like rolling dice. If you roll the dice enough, you gonna hit. You know what I mean? But if you don't have game, your chances of being successful is slim to none. And the carpet is the same way. But at the same time, on the carpet, a bitch could go outside. Like a bitch could go to Vegas, and if she looked good enough, you know what I mean, she could go on the track, on the carpet, she'd go in a casino, and she could luck up on some money. The shit happens all the time. It's a whole bunch of gameless ass bitches in Vegas right now that's having some good nights out there. And they ain't got an ounce of game. You did. They boyfriend or they baby daddy took them to Vegas and said, bitch, go outside and figure it out. He didn't have no game for the bitch. The bitch ain't had no game. And she just kind of like feeling her way through the dark, and she learning as she goes. Freddie P, good looking with the $5 holler. Put some respect on the ism, for sure indeed. Sinful to P, with the Benjamin Franklin. As always, good looking, bro. When you build a woman, you build her from the ground up. Indeed, absolutely. And the motherfuckers that talk about the track being a downgrade is people that ain't been built at all. You know, like I said, you got people on the internet that get lucky and they get some cool little money. You got people on the carpet that get lucky and they got some cool little money. But the track, see, let me tell you, man. See, I was just a lover of the track, man. You know, I done got money every kind of way in the game, just about. You know what I mean? Except for services. That's another thing. You know, motherfuckers who be fucking with services that's getting broke on by the service. You know what I mean? They only getting a fraction of their money, just like with the strip club. You know what I mean? They getting broke on by the strip club as well. You know what I mean? They got a house fee at the strip club. They got a motherfucking a DJ fee. You know what I mean? You got to get a drummer some too. You know, they got a motherfucking janitor fee. They got to pay Keisha from False Alert. You know what I mean? The janitor fee. They got to pay the janitor at the strip club. You know what I mean? The motherfucking dude in the bathroom passing out breath mints and cologne. A bitch got to pay him at the motherfucking strip club. You know what I mean? They got all these fees before they get their issue. You did? But on the track, you ain't got to do all that. You know what I mean? On the motherfucking internet, you got to pay whatever site that you posting on. 9 times out of 10, you got to pay that site before you can even post. With them services, you know what I mean? You got to pay a big chunk out of whatever it is that you get when you dealing with them services. And the people that play the services, they some more motherfuckers that be talking down on the track. But again, it ain't nothing special about you. The motherfucker who run the service is the one with the game. They doing everything. You just show up and do some ABC shit and you get the money. But you got to break them off heavily before you go home with whatever you're going to go home with. But see, when you going outside, man, when you on that carpet or on that track, we speaking specifically about the track though, because the track is a place where motherfuckers be speaking ill on, talking about it's a downgrade in the game. But that track, you don't have to, you ain't got to pay the dude in the bathroom. It ain't no bathroom to pay a motherfucker. You know what I mean? It ain't no house fee. You dig? On the track, you pay some pimping and y'all ain't got to pay nobody. And you just apply game, you break the motherfucking world and you go home and it's all good. You ain't got all these extra hidden fees and all this old shit. You dig? So, you know what I mean? Because the pimping don't like getting broke on. You know what I mean? The pimping like sending hoes to break on tricks and come back with it. You know what I mean? Pimping don't like breaking itself to a service. Pimping don't like breaking itself to a strip club. Pimping don't like breaking itself to a website. You know what I mean? Pimping don't like getting charged. The dojo, good looking for the $5 holler. Yeah, you know, pimping don't like getting broke on. Pimping don't like getting charged. You know what I mean? And when bitches go to jail sometimes in the game, like most hoes do, we just call that paying taxes. You did. We charge that to the game, but that's something that can happen on any level of the game and any avenue of the game. You know what I mean? Bitches can go to jail. So that's something that none of us can really 100% avoid. No matter where a bitch is getting down at, no matter where a bitch catching dates, she can go to jail. Some places is less likely than others, but a bitch can always go to jail. So, you know, the track, as we already know, is not exempt. So that's just like I said, called paying taxes. But aside from that, you know what I mean? A hoe can just do her thing. The track is her playground. You dig? And see, like I say all the time, man, one thing I love about the track is because that's the one place where the majority of bitches that's in the game is scared to go. Most bitches are scared to go to the motherfucking track. And they scared to go to the track because one, they ain't got no game, and two, because they ain't got no game, they don't know how to make no money, and not only that, they don't know how to protect themselves on the track neither. You did. So, but it's a place that a lot of people are scared to go to. And like I say all the time, one thing all successful people have in common is a willingness to do what the average motherfucker ain't gonna do. You did? And that's why I love bitches on the motherfucking track. Not bitches that go and tamper with the track just to say they win. I'm talking about bitches that really be down on the motherfucking track, putting in 15 hours, 18 hours, 20 motherfucking hours, 24 hours down on the motherfucking track. Constantly, nonstop in a trick's face, breaking on tricks, you know what I mean? Really checking it on that motherfucking blade. I'm talking about them type of hoes. The ones that's down and really thriving, and they out there to be successful. Not them bitches that be in their motherfucking phone the whole time. They barely talking to tricks. No, I'm talking about hoes that really be down doing some hoeing on the motherfucking track. Those is the type of bitches that, like I said, they got the same thing in common with all other successful people. A willingness to do what the average motherfucker ain't gonna do, what a failure ain't gonna do. And a failure bitch ain't gonna be down on the motherfucking track 15 hours, 18 hours, really checking it, really mashing. You know what I mean? Because most of these bitches, they scared to be seen in the daytime. I don't want nobody to see me. Bitch might be from motherfucking Boston and she down on the motherfucking track in California. She don't know a soul in motherfucking California, ain't never been, ain't got no family, ain't got no friends in California. But a bitch like, oh, I don't want to be down in the daytime. It's too bright. It's children out. Everybody gonna see me. Bitch, don't nobody know your motherfucking ass over here. And even if they did, so what, bitch? Get down and get some motherfucking money. All that old scary ass shit. That's why I love motherfucking hoe. Hoe don't care for auntie see her on the motherfucking track. Hoe don't care for motherfucking elementary school teachers see her on the track. Hoe don't give a fuck if the babysitter, uncle, cousin, whoever, you know what I mean, grandma, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? Hoe gonna get to that motherfucking money. Hoe gonna stay down. Hoe don't give a fuck who see her, you know what I mean? That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm talking about hoes, you know what I mean? Real motherfucking hoes is actually on the track doing some hoeing. Not one of them bitches that got perfect attendance and they just showing up, you know what I mean? But they not really doing no motherfucking hoeing. Not them bitches that check $100 and then they leave. You know what I mean? They catch one date or two dates, and as soon as they got enough money to pay for their room and get an eighth of weed, they off the track. No, I'm talking about them bitches that really be down though. You know what I mean? Like I said, them bitches got something in common with all successful people. A willingness to do what the average person ain't gonna do. What a failure ain't gonna do. You know what I mean? Some real motherfucking hoeing. That's what I love about the motherfucking track. And like I say, them bitches that's accustomed to the internet, they not gonna do that. They not gonna get off the internet unless they being pimped on. See, cause I know, cause I done did it. You know what I mean? I done had a bitch play the internet for some months, and then you know what? Fuck the internet. We finna go to the track, and the bitch finna get down. And she finna put. She done played. She ain't even been on the track in a month or two. You know what I mean? and then she get off that motherfucking internet and she just go to the track and put 15, 20 hours in, you know what I mean? She down like a motherfucker. That's because she getting pimped on. But nowadays, it's rare that a hoe is getting pimped on like that. I know probably a handful of motherfuckers that's actually pimping like that. But the majority of motherfuckers ain't pimping like that. The majority of motherfuckers that got a bitch that's laid up on the internet all day for months and years, they can't get that bitch to get off the internet and go get out on the track and put some hours in and really be in a trick's face that whole motherfucking time. And she come in after 15, 20 hours and she got 15, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, some shit like that off the motherfucking blade. Most motherfuckers ain't pimping like that. Just a gentleman with the 20, good looking. So much paper gets left on the streets daily. Hold on. You still have Johns from 96 circling the block for a day. Great info, Freeze. Indeed, man. It is. It's so much unaccounted for money on the motherfucking track just waiting for a hoe to get down and go check it, man. Because the sad thing is, the game is so fucked up, right? This is how fucked up the game is. Like I said, it's a thing in the game that I call the in-call mentality, which is basically a reactive mentality. The in-call mentality is, you know, ultimately a bitch sitting at the room, she's sitting back waiting. She waiting for the phone to ring. Then she answer. You know what I mean? She makes some arrangements with the trick. Then she wait for the trick to come to her. You know what I mean? She's sitting back. It's just a waiting game. The whole game about the internet is just a waiting game. Ultimately, a bitch got to sit back and wait. It's only so much that she has within her power to do. So I call that the in-call mentality, right? Where you got to sit back and wait. Now, the game is so fucked up that in-call mentality has spilled over into all realms of the game. It done spilled over into the track. It done spilled over into the carpet. You dig? So just like on the internet, bitches sit back and wait. You got a lot of bitches on the track sitting back waiting for the trick to make a move. They sit back waiting, and then when the trick actually make a move, they allowing the trick to dictate the conversation. Bitch ain't got no game. She ain't got no conversation. She can't control what's the encounter between her and the trick. She letting the trick just have the steering wheel and drive wherever the trick want to drive. She ain't got no type of control over the conversation. She's sitting back waiting. And see, we all know that when you sit back and wait for shit to happen, you might get lucky sometimes. You might get blessed sometimes. But it's not going to go your way all the time because you're relying on things that's beyond your control. When you rely on things that's beyond your control, you ain't going to have your way all the time. You did? That's just like the weather. You can't control the weather. You're going to have sunny days sometimes. You're going to have rainy days sometimes. And all in between. You did? But the weather is something that you can't never control. But when it comes to this game, you have the power to control it, but most motherfuckers in the game just don't do it. Like I said, so that's what's so fucked up about the game. That in-call mentality that spilled over into every aspect of the game, including the track. So the majority of bitches on the track, they sitting there and they waiting for the trick to do everything. Bitch in her motherfucking phone texting, or she snapping, she holding the motherfucking phone, because really the bitch got a gut that she ain't trying to let nobody see. So she hold the phone up here so her titties is covering up her gut. You know what I mean? Bitch holding the phone like this on the track snapping, and she got a little ass, so she'll hold the camera back like this to show her booty. You know what I mean? And then she gonna hold it over her titties that's covering up this big ass stomach that she got. You know what I mean? Bitch doing all that on the motherfucking track. And meanwhile, she don't even see all these tricks that's rolling past trying to date her motherfucking ass. You know what I mean? Even with that big stomach and all. And if the bitch has some game with her big stomach ass, she'll be breaking these motherfucking tricks that's trying to date her. But she all into her motherfucking self. She's so into herself that she ain't even paying attention. And then when the trick does get her attention, the bitch don't even know what to do. She letting the trick dictate the whole conversation. E. Roddy with the $10 holler, good looking. Top of it, loved one. A small tie, sir. Appreciate the colossal ism that come through. UP up. Good looking. Much appreciated, Roddy. But yeah, man, these bitches be all into their phone on the track. And then when the trick pull up, like I said, they got that in-call mentality, that reactive mentality. They waiting for the trick to talk to them because they don't know how to get a trick's attention other than by the way that they look. You know what I mean? They can't apply any other game. They can't use their 5 senses in order to get a trick's attention. You know what I mean? They only operate off of one of the 5 senses, 9 times out of 10, which is the sense of sight. You know what I mean? They really capitalizing on what the trick can see, but they not applying nothing else. They ain't applying no other game. They ain't applying none of the other 5 senses in order to get the trick's attention. They sitting back waiting based on how they look, based on the fact that they're a female, based on the fact that they got a pussy. And then when, like I said, when the trick come talk to them, the trick dictating the whole conversation. Bitch ain't got no game. And that's why you have a lot of cases on the track where a trick might have $500 available to spend on this bitch, but he only gonna spend $50. Why? Because this bitch got some $50 game or lack thereof. You know, the bitch ain't got the game. She ain't got the confidence. She don't have none of what it takes in order to get that whole $500 from the trick. Make him dig off into his savings or, some money that he wasn't expecting to spend at all, and spend $600 or $700 or $1,000, whatever the case may be. Talking about breaking the trick. Most bitches go off of what a trick saying that they got. Them same bitches that be saying that the track is a downgrade, them internet bitches, they believe everything a trick say. They the most friendliest, trick trusting ass bitches in the world. Because like I said, they value the trick's opinion. If you're an internet bitch, I don't give a fuck what you say. If you're an internet bitch, not a bitch who plays the internet, who utilizes it sometimes, I'm talking about a real internet bitch. Just like I was just describing, a real hoe on the track, I'm talking about a real internet bitch. Like, that's where you thrive. That's what you do. If you're a real internet bitch, you trust tricks. You value their opinion. Paul Lane with the $15 holler. Good looking. Much appreciated. But yeah, like I say, if you an internet bitch, you really value that trick's opinion. So you the most trick trusting motherfucker in the game. You value their opinions. You trust in tricks. You getting personal with them and all types of shit. They know all your personal business. They know about your kid. They done met your kid. You know what I mean? They done sat down at McDonald's and had breakfast with your kid and all type of shit. You know what I mean? Type of shit that should just never happen in the game. You internet bitches be doing that shit with tricks, and you know it. Because you trust the motherfuckers, you value their opinions, and you trust them in every type of way that you shouldn't. But within that trust, like I say, you believe everything that the tricks say. So you internet bitches, if a trick tell you that he only got $80, you gonna go with that. You don't have the game to determine whether or not he actually has more than that. And 99.99 repeating % of the time, the trick always got more than what he say. The trick always got more than what he say, always. But it's on the bitch, it's on the hoe to apply game and determine how much he really got, and then from there apply enough game to get what he got. But internet bitches, they the most trick trusting motherfuckers. And see, that's another thing. Like when they speak on the track being a downgrade, right? Another reason why bitches really be saying that the track is a downgrade is because they think the track is more dangerous. They think the track is more volatile. They think the track is more risky when it comes to your well-being. And see, once again, whether it's on the track, whether it's on the internet, whether it's on the carpet, wherever a bitch is catching dates at, the most dangerous thing to do is try to operate in this game without no game. Ray Gunn is always good looking with the $5 holler. If you ain't paying pimping, then bitch, you getting ignored. That's gang. Good looking, man. But yeah, the most dangerous thing a bitch could do is be in the game without no game. Like I done said before, I'm pretty sure y'all done heard me say something along these lines, but that's just like going to war. Like imagine being in Afghanistan or Vietnam or something like that, and you ain't got no weapon, you ain't got no armor, you ain't got no bulletproof vest, you ain't got no helmet, you ain't got no rifle, you ain't got no pistol, you ain't got no grenade, you just out there. And you expecting to be able to go to battle with your opposition who got all that shit. And they got the skills to know how to use that shit precisely. And you just out there with nothing. That's how you bitches is in the game. You going to battle a trick and you have no weapons. How you expect to win, how you expect to succeed if you have no weapons? You're going to battle every day with no motherfucking weapons. The one weapon that you kind of slightly have is the fact that you got a pussy. But that's by default, so that shit don't count. But you bitches is basically going to war, going to battle with no motherfucking weapons. So that's why you think the track is dangerous, because you don't have the armor of the game. You don't have the weaponry of the game. So when you in them type of situations, of course shit is gonna seem dangerous to you. C. Douglas, as always, good looking with the Big 10. The game is Extraction. Blessings, Freeze. Much appreciated. But yeah, when you go into a situation with no game, it's going to be dangerous. And see, once again, that operating depending on outside forces, right? That's what the bitches on the internet do. You don't have no game and you don't have no appreciation for game. And see, this is why a lot of bitches, what they ain't gonna tell you is a lot of bitches on the internet get hurt. You know what I mean? See, the internet just look prettier. It's a prettier situation. You in a nice, cool, little comfortable room. You got beds and couches and chairs and air conditioning and heat and blankets and all that type of shit. It just look nicer. You know what I mean? On the track, you got to be on your feet. You know what I mean? If you're really doing some hoeing, you got some heels on. You know, you might get a little bit of comfort inside the Trick's car here and there. But, you know, the internet just looks prettier than the track. It's just a more, you know, glamorous type of setting. But as far as the danger aspect of it, it can be just as dangerous. In my opinion, it's more dangerous. The internet is more dangerous than the track. Because on the internet, you don't get to feel a motherfucker's vibe as a whole, right? See, on the track, if a trick pull up and he look crazy, he pull up on you like, what's happening? You know what I mean? He ugly as a motherfucker, like, what's going on? Yeah, I got $100 for you. Come on, man. Let me get a hand job. Give us a head or something. You know what I mean? I got you. You know what I mean? Come on. Hop on in, though. You know what I mean? I got you, though. You know, if he looking crazy as a motherfucker and he look like he just killed 5 motherfuckers before he pulled up on you, you're not going to be able to feel that vibe if a trick is texting with you or if he talking with you over the phone. Sometimes you can, but 9 times out of 10, you can't feel the same vibe from a trick over the phone that you can face to face. You ain't gonna never be able to beat face to face. So that's one thing, right? Being able to feel a motherfucker out. And then, okay, let's say a bitch get behind closed doors. You got a motherfucker behind closed doors. And see, that's the most dangerous thing because you don't really know what type of individual you dealing with. You don't get to feel a motherfucker out face to face until you in a closed environment with him. When it's just you and him. You did? You don't really get to feel him out. And then once you do, see, like I said, most bitches on the internet, they have a lack of game and they have a lack of appreciation for game. And they have this high and mighty thing for whatever reason. I don't fucking know. Somebody done pumped their head up to make them think that they special because they on the internet and like they doing something that nobody else is doing. So that high and mighty attitude make a bitch think that she could just treat a trick any kind of way, talk to him any kind of way, disrespect him any kind of way, and you know, they forgetting the fact that this is a man that 9 times out of 10 could hurt her drastically if he decides to. But like I said, when you don't have no game, you can provoke a trick on accident. You can provoke a trick on accident being disrespectful or whatever because you ain't got no whole etiquette. You ain't got no class about yourself. And then 9 times out of 10, you bitches be in the motherfucking in car getting drunk and high and some more shit. You know what I mean? So you getting drunk and high, and that's making you even more disrespectful. You did? So you might be disrespecting this trick and not even realizing it. But, okay, let's say you don't disrespect him for whatever reason, the trick just get on one. He get to tripping, he in a bad mood, whatever the case may be. He might already come with a chip on his shoulder and you don't even know that. You did, but you figured that out in dealing with him. So, once again, if you ain't got no game, you're only going to agitate that situation even more. You're going to panic. You're going to do all kind of stupid shit. And see, a lot of times when you panic, that's charging the trick up even more. You know, like I say all the time, acknowledgement is encouragement. And panicking is kind of a form of acknowledgement to that whatever mood he's in, whatever chip he got on his shoulder. You kind of fanning the flame with that a lot of times, especially if he one of them demented motherfuckers. But like I say, if a bitch got some game, she understands, okay, he might be mad, he might be thinking about hurting me or whatever the case may be, but I'm still a hoe. I'm still a female. I still have the power of influence over him. So I can diffuse this situation. As Sinful would say, I could charm and disarm this trick and make it where he ain't even thinking about hurting me. All he thinking about is getting pleasure from me. So this is what a hoe with game gonna do. But most of the bitches on the internet, they don't have that type of mindset, so they're not gonna be able to approach a dangerous situation like that. So 9 times out of 10, they're gonna do something inadvertently to make matters worse, and they're gonna end up getting hurt. Now, like I say, the shit happens everywhere in the game, but on the internet, it's a higher likelihood of that type of shit because of the whole way that the shit is set up. Bitch think that she's safe because she inside a motherfucking room, but bitch, you actually putting yourself in a more volatile situation because you in a motherfucking room. You did? As opposed to being on the track, a bitch got all kind of ways out. And more importantly, a bitch is applying game. You can't defend yourself better with nothing above this. Applying game. That's your strongest weapon. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers done talk themselves out of getting killed, out of getting shot. Motherfuckers done talk themselves out of, gangbangers in situations, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers trying to kill a motherfucker. But man, like, man, especially the pimping. The pimping done talk themselves out of some of the coldest situations, man. Gang. You know what I mean? A motherfucker with a gun ain't no match against a motherfucker with this game. The game is going to prevail over everything every motherfucking time. And that's what you got to understand, man. So when bitches say that the track is a downgrade and their reason for saying that is because they think the track is more dangerous, no, bitch. Operating without game is more dangerous than anything. And you could do that plenty of other places besides the track. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, there's more bitches operating with game on the track than anywhere else. So, like I say, most bitches, their confidence don't come from their game. The bitches that be on the carpet, the bitches that use services, the bitches that be in strip clubs, the bitches on the internet. Their confidence don't come from their game. Their confidence come from the situation. You know what I mean? That's why bitches be like, oh, they listen to they, renegade bitches especially, that fuck with the internet. Oh, let's go over here. You know what I mean? Because this city is booming. You know what I mean? Or I got a secret little spot over here. You know what I mean? It's jumping over there. It ain't got nothing to do with the game. They relying on places. You know what I mean? They depending on places, not keeping in mind that this place got tricks with hard dicks, just like this place got tricks with hard dicks, just like that place got tricks with hard dicks. All these motherfuckers got all these places got tricks with motherfucking hard dicks. And if a bitch apply enough game, she could break all the motherfuckers everywhere she go, no matter what. But like I say, the bitch's confidence come from the situation. The bitch's confidence come from the environment. The bitch's confidence come from the weather or whatever the case may be. Their confidence ain't coming from their game. Bitch confidence might come from, the way she look or whatever the case may be. But the bitch confidence don't come from her game. But a hoe, a real true hoe, her main source of confidence is her game. That's what she gonna get more confidence from than anything. Because she know that game make her more powerful than any other bitch out there. A hoe with some game know that when she set foot on the track or in a casino or wherever she at, she know that she got the most game, so she know she got the most power, and can't none of these bitches out here touch her. That's where a real hoe get her confidence from. Being physically attractive, that's just an added plus. But a bitch really knows she the shit because, bitch, I got more game than all you bitches. I'm really getting pimped on. You know what I mean? I'm properly laced. I'm properly guided. The hands of the game is really on me right now. Bitch, can't none of you bitches fade me. I got game. That's how a real hoe's mentality is. And it don't matter where she at. And like I say, that's the results of really being pimped on. That's the results of really being pimped on. Game. Game is the most important thing. So to the motherfuckers that say that the track is a downgrade and all this old shit, no, your lack of game is a downgrade. Anybody who says that, that's a red flag letting you know that motherfucker ain't got no game. And they not special, they not doing nothing special. They don't have any type of special game. It ain't nothing special about them. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, it be these bitches that somebody done pump their head up into making them think that they too good for the track. And it kills me because it be a lot of niggas that call themselves some pimping that be speaking down on the track, that be putting that in these bitches' heads. That shit is crazy. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers talking about I had somebody that I know, man, that fucked me up. Motherfucker told me he graduated from the track. Like, yeah, man, I done graduated from this track shit. Fuck me up. I'm like thinking to myself, like, damn, Pete, they gave you a cap and gown in a degree. You really graduated from the motherfucking track, man. Hey, I done met some cold motherfucking pimps, man. I didn't know you could graduate from the track, man. I got to give it up to you, man, because I'm a cold motherfucker. I know I got more game than all of these motherfuckers, man. But I didn't know, I can't even graduate from the track. I didn't even know you could do that shit. DC Stunner, good looking with the 999. But yeah, man, motherfuckers talking about they graduate from the track, and see, it's a lot of people in the game with that mentality. They call themselves the pimping. Like they too good for the track. And they don't even understand, man, like some of the most successful P's in the game right now, 2019, some of the pimps with the most money, with the longest runs of success. You know what I mean? Some of the some of the coldest peas in the game right now is motherfuckers that fuck with the track more than anything. You know, but people, you know, they wouldn't know that because you just not in the know. You're not in the loop like that. You're not in the mix with the real ones like that. So you wouldn't know that type of shit. But some of the most successful motherfuckers in the game, some of the most ballingest pimps in the game right now is motherfuckers that fuck with that track. You know? Making more money than motherfuckers in casinos, making more money than motherfuckers fucking with them services, making more money than motherfuckers fucking with them strip clubs, making more money than motherfuckers fucking with that internet. It's some motherfuckers on the track, man, that's really, really checking it though. I know personally that's really, really checking it. Balling out of control. Off the blade. Money that really stank, you know what I mean? Money that really smell like pussy, you know what I mean? Bitches really out there catching dates. On that motherfucking track, man. And see, even if you come to a point, because you know, you got some of us that transition, we evolve in the game and we figure out different things that we might like. So we might go from fucking with the track to fucking with this or fucking with that. But anybody who done really pimped, you ain't gonna never speak down on the track. You ain't gonna never speak down on the track, man. Like, cause see, I done really pimp. And my first whole dollar didn't come from the track. You know, I didn't really start out on the track. I started out on the carpet, on the strip in Las Vegas. You know, that's where I was really getting my first money. And shortly thereafter, I went and fucked with the track. I fucked with the track early in the game, but that ain't really where I was first getting my money from. I was first getting my money from the strip. Then I started fucking with the track, and I can't understand, man. The track is a beautiful thing. You dig? I never looked down on the track. Like, that's one thing I can say, like, before the game, early in the game, long into the game, I've never, ever looked down on the track. Never. I have never looked at the track and say, oh, that's low budget, or, oh, that's dangerous, or, oh, I've never looked at the track like that. But that's because I'm really pimped. And when you've really pimped, you ain't gonna never look down on the track. Never. So I look at motherfuckers funny when they call themselves some pimping and they be speaking down on the track. Telling bitches, I be seeing motherfuckers on Instagram all the time, telling bitches like, you need to graduate from that shit, bitch. You need to upgrade from that shit. You ain't really pimped. You probably done got some money from bitches, but you have not really pimped if you're talking down on the track. Because when you done really pimped, you know the track is a beautiful motherfucking thing. So even if you, like I said, if you come to a point in the game where you don't fuck with the track no more, you ain't gonna never look down on it. You ain't gonna never speak down on it. You ain't gonna never put it in the bitch's head that she's too good for that. That's the lamest shit in the world. And you got a lot of motherfuckers that be putting that shit in bitches' heads. They call themselves some pimping. Be putting in bitches' heads that they too good for the motherfucking track. That shit is crazy. How is a bitch too good for the track? Like, I know some of the most beautiful hoes fuck with that track. I done had situations where motherfuckers look at me crazy because I got a bitch that motherfuckers is drooling over and they think this bitch is just so fucking gorgeous and all this old shit. And then they see me put that bitch on the track. They're like, P, why is you putting that bitch on the track? Because I'm a pimp. And that's what I want to do. I want to pimp on this bitch how I want to pimp on this bitch. And if a bitch fuck with me, she going to the track. At some point, the bitch going to the track. Even if that's not like solely what she do, she might do other shit. But a bitch fucking with me, she's going to the track at some point. See, ain't no smoke and mirrors with mine. You dig? And that's one of the reasons why a bitch is gonna go to the track is to humble herself. You know what I mean? Because you got a lot of bitches that really think that they too good for the motherfucking track. And I have never seen a bitch that was too good for the track. Never. I don't even, that, in my mind, that shit don't even exist. A bitch that's too good for the track. That shit don't exist. It don't exist. And the bitches that think they too good for the track, 9 times out of 10, be some broke ass, dusty ass bitches that got some cool makeup and some cool hair, and they just weak as a motherfucker, man. Bitches that ain't got no loyalty to nobody or nothing. Bitches that ain't got no consistency, ain't got no longevity with nobody. Bitches that ain't proved nothing in the game. Bitches that ain't got no self-discipline. Bitches that can't handle no type of pressure. Come on, man. These is the bitches that be thinking they too good for the track. The weakest bitches in the game. Those is always the ones that think they too good for the track. The weakest motherfucking bitches. And they be thinking that they doing something big. And the littlest shit. They be doing the most tiniest, minuscule, miniature ass shit. And they be thinking they really doing something. And a big part of the reason for that is because they ain't fucking with no real pimping. They might be handing their money to somebody, but they not really getting pimped on. Because, once again, just like I ain't never met a bitch that was too good for the track, or seen a bitch or know of a bitch that was too good for the track, I don't know no bitch whose vision is really bigger than the pimpin's. The pimpin' vision be so motherfucking big. That's why these bitches that be thinking they doing something big, the pimpin' always see something greater that can be done. Pimpin' always see a void that ain't being filled. Pimpin' always see something that's missing in this bitch's life. No matter what a bitch thinks she doing. No matter what kind of car a bitch might be driving or where she live or what type of clothes or bags and accessories the bitch got, pimpin' always see something bigger that the bitch could be doing that she ain't doing right now without the pimpin'. That's a pimp. And see, them dudes that be saying that the bitch is, you know, too good for the track and, bitch, you need to upgrade. That's the motherfuckers that think the bitch is too good for themselves too, 9 times out of 10. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers that be seeing the bitch higher than they see themselves. And once again, I ain't never seen, a bitch like that don't even exist. New child, good looking with the 20, you dig? Appreciate you taking the time to give sight to the blind. Indeed, man, much appreciated on your end as well. But yeah, man, motherfuckers be thinking that these bitches is too good for them. And these motherfuckers that ain't got no vision. Like I said, real true pimping, I don't give a fuck if a bitch is a millionaire or whatever the case. A bitch might have more money than me. She might have better credit than me. She might be driving something better than what I'm driving or whatever the case may be. I always see something greater than what that bitch got going on. I always see how I can enhance her situation no matter what the fuck is going on. Because whatever that bitch got, it ain't greater than my pimping. It ain't bigger than my pimping at all. It's impossible. So I'm always seeing a way that I can enhance this bitch. I'm always seeing a way that I can enhance her situation because I'm some pimping. And ain't no way in the world a bitch gonna make me feel insecure. Cat ain't gonna never have my tongue when I see a super badass bitch. Like I said, she might be checking the kind of money that I, you know, at this point a bitch ain't never gave me at one time or whatever the case may be. Or she might be driving something better than me at the time or whatever the case may be. That shit ain't nothing. I'm the pimpin'. I'm a giant around this motherfucker. That shit don't mean nothing. You can't beat this pimping though, bitch. You can't pimp at all. It's impossible for you to pimp, bitch, so you lost right there. You lose automatically. You know what I mean? Because I'm the pimping. Right, Ken, bitch might have better credit, but I got better pimping though. So she loses. You know what I mean? The pimping trumps everything. Oh, I drive a better car than you. Bitch, I got better pimping than you. Oh, my credit is better than yours. Bitch, my pimping is better than yours. You know what I mean? I got such and such amount of money. Bitch, I got such and such amount of pimping. The pimping just trumps everything that this bitch got going on. The pimping trumps everything that this bitch could do. I'm the pimping. It trumps everything. You know what I mean? So it fucks me up. That's just like you know, I get P's all the time, young cats in the game asking me questions about, oh, well, what if the bitch got this going on? Or what if she got that going on? If this bitch make you feel insecure, man, then you, I don't know what to tell you, man. That's what it is, man. A lot of motherfuckers be feeling insecure. They don't be having nothing to say to the bitch. I done seen certain bitches make dudes feel so motherfucking small. Taj Jones, good looking with the 1999, you dig? But I done seen certain bitches, man, because you know, you got certain bitches in the game that's known for getting a lot of money. You dig? And it really lets you know that certain dudes in the game, they ain't really got no confidence in themselves, just they raw, butt naked, uncut self. They ain't got no confidence in that. Their confidence might come from the fact that they got a lot of money or some jewelry or, you know, certain car or certain house or whatever the case may be. That's where their confidence is coming from. Their confidence is external. And if you take that external shit away, they ain't got no motherfucking confidence. You did? So when they come across a certain bitch that might have a, like I said, a better car than them, or they live in a better place than where the pimpin' is living at the time, they be insecure. So they ain't got nothing to say to these types of bitches. You know what I mean? But I say all that to say, these is the type of motherfuckers that be putting it in bitches' heads like they too good for the motherfucking track, or that the track is a downgrade. It ain't no motherfucking bitch walking the earth that's too good for the track. None. And like I said, a motherfucker might come to a point in the game where they don't fuck with the track no more, but they ain't gonna never speak down on the track, not if they really some pimping. If they done really pimped it, a real pimp ain't gonna never speak down on the track. Never. That shit don't exist. And a real hoe ain't gonna speak down on the track. Even if she get to a point where she might not be fucking with the track no more. A real hoe is never gonna speak down on the track. A real hoe who done really did some hoeing on the track for real, she's never gonna speak down on the track. Because she knows that the track is a beautiful thing. And see, one thing about this game, this motherfucking shit will humble your ass. This game will humble your motherfucking ass. If you think you high and mighty and you think you got it going on and you think you can't be knocked off your pedestal or whatever the case, some of the best motherfuckers in the game then been up here and then knocked down here. Some of the coldest. Some of the coldest that you can't even touch. Then been up here and been knocked down here. So the game will humble your motherfucking ass. If you think you're too good for something, the game will put you in a position where you're going to have to fuck with that something or you're going to starve. You dig? You might be living in a certain neighborhood and say to yourself, oh man, I'll never go back to a motherfucking, I'll never go back to the projects, or I'll never go back to that neighborhood. I'll never pay $600 a month for that studio where I was living at before. And you fuck around and lose that house in that neighborhood, you know what I mean? And all you can afford is that motherfucking $600 studio in that fucked up neighborhood where you was 10, 15 years ago. The game will humble your motherfucking ass and bring you back to that shit. So just like with that, a motherfucker might, you know, come to a point in the game where they ain't fucked with the track in a couple years or a few years or whatever the case may be, and might say, oh man, I ain't never fucking with that little ass shit on the motherfucking track, man, fuck the track, woo, woo, woo. The game will humble your motherfucking ass and put you in a situation where either you fuck with this track or you're gonna starve. The game will humble your motherfucking ass. So I say all that to say, ain't nobody too motherfucking good for the track. People be allowing situations to make them think that they too good for the track, but situations change all the motherfucking time. So you, the motherfucker in the situation, if you the type of motherfucker that changes with situations, you know what I mean? Some situations, the game will humble your ass and change your situation to make you change back to that motherfucker on the track that you was. Yeah. That's why it's beautiful to be the same individual no matter what situation you in. You be consistent. Situations change all the time, but when you consistent in who you are as a man or a woman, you're gonna be all right. No matter what your situation is, because you the same motherfucker. You don't allow situations to determine who you are. You don't allow situations to change up who you are depending on what it is. You dig? Motherfuckers get to a certain point and think that they too good for something all of a sudden, man. Hey, the game will humble your motherfucking ass. So like I said, man, the track ain't a downgrade to nobody. The track is a beautiful motherfucking thing, man. It's just a beautiful thing, because see, like I said, I done fucked with the internet. The carpet, you can have that same type of feeling depending on, you know, what type. If you got some real hoes, you know, you're gonna have that same type of feeling on the carpet. But I'm promoting the blade right now. You did. The blade, when it come to consistency, I don't know anything that's fucking with it. I don't know anything that's fucking with the blade when it come to consistency. I'm talking about consistently checking racks every motherfucking day off the track. I don't know anything else that's fucking with that as far as consistency. Like I said, on the track, you could go 100 days and check $1,000 every day off the track. You can do that. On the internet, I've yet to see anybody do it. Not saying that it hasn't been done, and if it has been done, it's probably only been done like a handful of times, and it's some rare shit. But it's not something that you could just decide to do. You know what? I'm gonna go 100 days and I'm gonna check $1,000 off the internet. You can't really guarantee that. And nothing in life is guaranteed. But if you say to yourself, you know what, on this motherfucking track, I'm gonna check $1,000 every day for 100 days, you're gonna for sure be able to do that if you're serious about it. You can do that on the track. With the motherfucking service, if you say, I'm gonna go 100 days and check $1,000 every single day of these 100 days with this service, I don't know what to tell you, but I don't see that happening. You did in the strip club, I don't see it happening. And like I said, it's probably been done in these other places, but the likelihood of it is higher on the track than it is anywhere. And motherfuckers can say anything. You know, people get on social media and say any motherfucking thing they want, and they lie their asses off. You can get on the internet and lie about any motherfucking thing. You get on the internet and say, yeah, I made $1 million every day for 200 days on the internet. I made $500,000 every single day for 300 days with the service. A motherfucker get on the internet and lie about that shit all day long. I'm talking about in real life, the shit actually being done. You're gonna have more consistency with that motherfucking track than you will anywhere else. Rowflex, good looking with the 999. Can a P make his own track? A P can do whatever the fuck he want, man. If he got enough game and enough confidence to do it. Pimp can do whatever he want. And see, what you got to think about, see, if you know the history of the game, the tracks that we fuck with today, most of them started with some pimps getting together and saying, you know what, we gonna make this a track. Most of the tracks that we fuck with today started like that. A lot of these tracks in California, you know, and everywhere else all over the country, the majority of these motherfuckers tracks started with some pimps coming together, or maybe even just one pimp saying, you know what, I'm finna make this the track. I'm finna open this motherfucker up. And motherfuckers been fucking with it for decades ever since. That's how these tracks start. You dig? Now, in today's times, this shit very well could be done, but I see it being a matter of pimps coming together on one accord, or it might be one pimp with enough hoes. A pimp might be 3 deep or 5 deep or something like that and say, you know what, I'm finna open up this track. That's the way I see it. If you got 3 hoes just ready to go however you want them to go, then you pimping on them however you want to pimp on them. If you got 3 hoes, really if you got 1 hoe, but I'm talking about creating a track for real, you could do that. If you got 3 solid hoes, this gonna go however you want them to go, you could do that. But on the real, you could do it with 1. I done did it with 1. I done opened up a track with 1. But it was only really open to myself. You did, like, pimps do that all the time. They might create something for themselves and they be the only motherfucker over there. I'm talking about like establishing a track. Yeah, if you got like 3 hoes or better, man, and you really want to open that motherfucker up, you can do that. For sure. Plus, the main message is the track a downgrade for a hoe? And the answer is no. Hell motherfucking no. The track is not no doubt. The track is a beautiful motherfucking thing. The track is the most beautiful avenue in the game, if you ask me. I just got a special type of love for the track, man. The track done taught me a lot. I done experienced so much on the track. I done had so many beautiful times on the track. I done checked some beautiful money on the motherfucking track. I done knocked some beautiful hoes on the track. Man. The track is just a beautiful place. I just love it. That's my playground. I love the track. You know, I done fucked around, had some good times on the carpet. You know, the strip club ain't really my thing. I ain't had really no good times in there, even though I done tampered with it a little bit. Never really did the service thing. The internet, I done had some cool times with that. But the track, that's the pimp's playground. The track is a pimp's playground. Like I said, I got a special type of love for the track. I love that motherfucker. Can't tell me nothing about the track. I don't give a fuck how much money a motherfucker got, whatever the case. They can't tell me nothing about the track. Motherfucker might try to explain to me how they hoes is too good for the track, or, you know, a bitch might be too good for. Can't nobody tell me nothing about the track. I love that motherfucker. Gonna always love that motherfucker. That ain't gonna never change about me. Whatever's going on, I'ma always have love for the track. Always. That's because I done really fucked with it. I done really pimped for real. And because I have really pimped for real, I ain't gonna have nothing but love for the track. And I ain't gonna never, ever even imagine in a million years speaking down on the track. Never. That's why I look at motherfuckers crazy who call themselves some pimping and they speaking down on the track. You're crazy. You crazy, man. You crazy. Cause see, the track is just so beautiful, man. You got motherfuckers that think because, and see, that's the thing too that I look at crazy. You got motherfuckers that teach their bitches to be thieves, and more power to them. No knock to them. You dig? If you got thieves, more power to you. I'm not one of them motherfuckers that, you know, is against the thievery and all that type of shit. But you got motherfuckers that teach their bitches to be thieves, and you got bitches that are thieves and they look down on the flatbackers. They talk down on the flatbackers and all that type of shit. But the crazy part is, now this has just been my observation of the game, right? See, especially in today's times, most motherfuckers that's stealing, they don't really have like no real, they don't really have the game for real. I ain't gonna get into details about none of the things that they do, but most motherfuckers that got thieves or supposed to quote unquote thieves, bitches that be stealing, they not really real thieves, you know, because even with the thievery, there's some game in that. If a bitch is really a thief, excuse me, there's some game in that. You dig? Excuse me for a second. I'm gonna take me a small love break, put some love in my body. But once again, if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, if you ain't wiped your feet off at the door when you came to a pimp's domain, man, go ahead, wipe your feet off at the door. Hit that thumbs up button for a pimp while I take this love break. You did? Got to put some love in my life, man. As you can see, I've been fucking with it all day, man. We halfway done. Yes, indeed. Fucking it up. I don't know how motherfuckers don't like this shit, man. Once again, just like if you talking down on the track, you crazy. If you talking down on water, you a crazy motherfucker, man. This shit is beautiful. I love this shit. And it love me too. That's why I call it love, you did? But yeah, like I say, when it comes to real thievery, it's some game in that. But you got motherfuckers in the game, you know, they do what they do or whatever, and they get money in, you know, lump sums at a time. But most of these motherfuckers that consider themselves having thieves, and most of these bitches that consider themselves to be thieves, what they don't tell you is that they might go a lot of days without making no money. Because, again, them bitches who be thinking that they thieves, and the motherfuckers that send bitches who think they thieves, they look down on flatbacking. They speak down on flatbacking. So they think they too good to flatback, right? So this is the beautiful thing about having a real hoe. Because a real hoe gonna do whatever fucking pimp send her to do, right? Instruct her to do. But you got bitches that think that they thieves or whatever, and they too good to lay on their back and turn a day. So they might have situations that are opportunities for them to do some flat backing, but they're not gonna do that because they're going to steal. And if they don't see an opportunity for them to steal, they're gonna walk past the money. You dig? They're gonna walk on by. So they're gonna go a lot of days where they're not having no money. You dig? So it's a lot of inconsistency in that. One. And then two, they taking felony chances. Yeah, they're making felony money, but they taking felony chances. In a lot of cases, like I said, because most of these motherfuckers that consider themselves thieves, they not real thieves. So they sloppy in what they doing. And you might get blessed. You might get a run. Like Sinful like to say, you might do bad good for a long time. And you might get away with doing bad good for a long time. But at some point, that sloppiness is going to catch up to you. And you're going to get caught up being sloppy. You did? So when you get caught up, though, you facing felony chances. You done took a penitentiary chance, so you facing years. So a bitch might, 2019 ain't over with yet. A bitch might steal $1 million. She might check $1 million worth of stealing in 2019, right? Then as soon as 2020 start, bitch might try to steal something, catch a case, and she doing 10 years. So you got to ask yourself, was that $1 million, was it really worth 10 years? You know what I mean? If you break that down, that's $100,000 a year. A bitch that's doing some hell of a flatbacker, she gonna make more than $100,000 in a year. She might not make $1 million in a year, but she gonna make more than $100,000 though. A bitch that's really being pimped on, flatbacking, she gonna make more than $100,000 in a year, right? So a bitch might steal $1 million in a year, and then now she got to do these 10 years in the pen, or even 5 years. A hoe shouldn't be doing 5 years in the pen unless it's a situation where her life was on the line and she had to defend herself. So she ended up doing something to a trick, and you know, the ball didn't bounce in her favor, so she ended up having to sit down for these years, whatever the case may be. I can understand that. Because a bitch, you know, her life was on the line. She had to defend herself. But as far as like trying to get some money, nah. A bitch shouldn't be doing years when all she was trying to do was get some money. You know, go be a bank robber if that's what you want to do. You know what I mean? Go be a pizza parlor robber, a bank, liquor store robber, or something like that. You know what I mean? That's what you want to do. But a hoe shouldn't be doing years for the money. Nah. So my point is, a hoe, a real hoe. See, the beautiful thing about a hoe, she's not going out the door to steal. She's going out the door to do some hoeing. Now, sometimes, just being 100, with some hoes, it might entail some stealing, but that's not what the bitch is going out there for. If she sees an opportunity that's like taking candy from a baby, then yeah, she gonna capitalize on that. But that's not what she going out there to do. If she gotta do some flatbacking, she gonna do that. If she see an opportunity to rob this motherfucker, applying game and finesse, then she gonna do that. You dig? But ultimately, she's going out the door to do some hoeing. She don't call herself a thief. She might do some sometimes, but that's not what she called herself. She's a hoe. A hoe break tricks one way or another, by hook or crook. That's the game. But the hook is still in there, though. That's what it is with a hoe. The hook is still in there. By hook or crook. See, a lot of bitches, they forget the hook part. You know what I mean? They think they doing something special again. They just, you know, they thrive on the crook part. But see, that crook part is what got a lot of bitches sitting in the penitentiary right now. That's what a lot of motherfuckers that got thieves or quote unquote thieves, that's not what they telling you. They're not telling you that they got bitches doing years. Damn near all the motherfuckers who call themselves they only fuck with thieves. Damn near all them dudes got bitches that's doing years or that did some years in the penitentiary. Damn near all of them. You dig? So, like I said, that's the beautiful thing about being a hoe. And them type of bitches might talk down on flatbacking, but when they sitting on that motherfucking yard doing all them years, they don't think to themselves like, damn, you know what? If I was doing some flatbacking, I wouldn't be sitting in this motherfucker. I would have went to jail, got right out, they'd have kicked me out, and I'd have been right back home. My ass had to be a motherfucking thief. And now I'm sitting on this motherfucking yard. Damn, I wish I could go flatback right now. Fuck it. Hey, girl, what you got on this spread? You want to put a soup with this spread? Come on, girl. Let's put the spread together. That's not the life of a hoe. A whole situation ain't supposed to turn out like that. That's not the way a hoe's supposed her situation ain't supposed to be like that. You know what I mean? Eric Garrett say, bitch doing years trying to steal a watch or a chain. Missed that bundle. Exactly. Exactly, man. Right, what you got on the spread, girl? Man, fuck all that. You know? Bitch might sometimes do a little county time, some weeks or something, maybe even some months. You know? You got flatbacker bitches, real hoes, did some flatbacking. They might sometimes do some months. You did, but that's the longest a hoe is gonna do for some flatbacking. Except for, with the exception of a few, I got to keep it all the way real. That's one thing Free's gonna do is give you the 100 in the raw. There are some places like Arizona, there are some places like Texas that after the fourth hoe case, it becomes a felony. But even when it becomes a felony, a bitch still ain't finna do no years. She gonna probably do some extended months. You know what I mean? She gonna do a lot of months, but she ain't finna do a lot of years behind flatbacking. That's my point. But that's the worst case scenario. I gotta keep it all the way real. Worst case scenario. Arizona, Texas, it might be some other places, but I'm not sure off the top of my head right now, but I do know Arizona for sure and Texas for sure. After that fourth hoe case, it's gonna be a felony. Bitch gonna go to the penitentiary, but she only gonna do still some months. She not gonna do more than a year. She ain't even gonna do a year. It's gonna be some months, probably 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, something like that. But the beautiful thing is, if a bitch get on that third one and she on the borderline, it's a whole bunch of other places to go get some money. Where a bitch could really go hoe and she ain't gotta worry about, California, a bitch could catch 100 hoe cases and she not finna go to the penitentiary. You know what I mean? A bitch could catch 100 hoe cases in California and she's not gonna do no years. Bitch ain't gonna never do no years for hoeing in California. If that's what you doing is hoeing, if you flatbacking while motherfuckers speaking down on the track, if you down on the track, you're not finna do no years being on the track in California. That's what a bitch ain't gonna do. But like I said, Texas and Arizona for sure. After that fourth case, it's gonna be a felony. But it's even ways around that. It's ways that you just gotta have a game for it. It's ways around that too though. But I'm just speaking on the possibilities, but it's ways around that. That's a beautiful thing about having this game, man. When you got this game, it's ways around shit. Roflex say, just broke myself at sinfulp.net. Dig that. As y'all already know, man, Sinful got them consultations going on. If y'all want to get the one-on-one, up close and personal convo with Sinful, man, go to, like Roflex just said, sinfulp.net. You dig? Get that exclusive game, man. And once again, I appreciate y'all for hitting that thumbs up button, wiping your feet off at a pimp's door before you enter a pimp's domain. But if you have not at this point hit that thumbs up button, go ahead, do a pimp a favor, wipe your feet off at the door as you stepping in. And if you haven't, you can always backtrack, go back to the door, hit that thumbs up button, and then come back on in, and we're gonna continue with this motherfucking game, you dig? And I appreciate you for hitting that like button for a pimp. Anton say, sir, can you explain the difference from the strip? Oh shit, tripping. The strip and the track when you started. That's a good question. Like I said, when I first started, my first money was coming off the strip, right? Now, I take that back. I said that my first dollar didn't come from the track. Technically, it did, but I wasn't necessarily playing the track on a consistent basis. But technically, my first whole dollar came off of Harmon Avenue in Las Vegas, which for those of y'all who don't know, they don't really play it like that no more. But back at that time, Harmon was a track. So it's not too far from the strip, but Harmon is still really a track though. Or at least it was back then. It still can be now if a motherfucker doing some pimping. But at that time, Harmon Avenue was the track. And my first whole dollar came off of Harmon Avenue. My first trap was for $350. So, but right after that, I was playing the strip. You know what I mean? That's more so where I was getting my feet wet in the beginning of the game was on the strip. And, you know, the strip is cool. It's a lot to be learned on the strip. And, you know, if you're really doing some pimping and you rubbing elbows with other pimps that's really doing some pimping, you're going to get a lot of seasoning on the strip. I learned a lot being on that strip in Las Vegas. But again, the beautiful thing about that track is it's just going to keep you sharp in ways that nothing else will. See, the track, you got to deal with a whole lot more, especially when you green and you ain't got the game. When you do have the game, it's a lot less that you're going to deal with. But you're going to go through more on the track. When you young and you green in the game, you're gonna bump your head a lot more. You're gonna deal with a lot more on that track. So that track is gonna sharpen you up a whole lot more. You dig? I was fucking with the track in California. And on the track in California, a pimp gonna deal with gangbangers. The bitch gonna deal with gangbangers. The bitch gonna deal with pit bulls chasing her. You know what I mean? Depending on what track you go to. Not all tracks, but, you know, certain tracks, bitch gonna deal with pit bulls, motherfucker chasing her ass. You know, gangbanger bitches telling her she can't hold in this corner. And gangbangers, niggas telling her that she can't hold in they hood. And, bitch, if I catch you over here again on the set, bitch, XYZ is gonna happen to you. You know, it's just a lot more that you're gonna deal with on the track that you're not gonna deal with on the strip. And because of that, there's a lot of game that you're going to pick up if you really pimp it. Like I said, you're going to start off green, of course, but if you really pimping, you're going to develop and you're going to get a lot of game to counteract those types of situations with. Droney, as always, good looking with the 50. Blessings to you as well. Yeah, like somebody said, Long Beach Boulevard in Compton, Fig, you know, them type of places. See, when you have game, you're going to deal with a lot less of that type of shit. You did? So, in anything in life, like I say, anything in life, when you go through certain adversities, you're going to gain a lot of wisdom as opposed to somebody who's not going through that same level of adversity, right? So you're going to go through certain adversities on the track that you're not going to go through on the strip. You're going to still go through certain adversities on the strip too, in Vegas. You know what I mean? Because motherfuckers are still getting knocked on that strip. You dig? The bitch might go through situations like I done had situations on that strip in Vegas, man, where I remember one time I had a hoe in Vegas. This bitch went to jail out of over a 5-day period, that bitch went to jail 4 times. They was arresting that bitch every day on site whenever they seen that bitch. She went to jail 4 times. One time that bitch, I bailed the bitch out, and she got down on the track. She got out about 10 o'clock at night, right? The bitch came in, showered, got fresh, did her thing, went back out to the strip. Bitch wasn't even on no casino property. She was on a bridge. She was on a bridge between casinos, and they arrested the bitch on site. She wasn't trespassing. The bitch didn't solicit nobody. The vice just seen the bitch and hands behind your back. You dig? They weren't supposed to do that, but nonetheless they did. See, now Vegas done changed a lot now. You dig? And to my understanding, that type of shit ain't really going on no more. But it's situations like that will sharpen you up on the strip. You dig? You gotta counteract that type of shit with some game. And it's gonna take a motherfucker to go through shit like that to develop the game to counteract that type of situation with. So yeah, the strip is gonna put you through some shit too. Like I said, just like I was talking about earlier, how the internet, the in-call, the room and everything, it's just prettier than the track. So that's why motherfuckers think it's better than the track. The strip is the same thing. The strip, you got all these bright lights, casinos, slot machines, everybody laughing and having a good time and all that type of shit. The track might be dark, it ain't all well lit and it ain't a bunch of security around like the casinos. The strip looks better than the track, but you still gonna go through some shit on the strip too, so I learned a lot from the strip just like I did on the track, but like I said, I just got a certain type of love for the track because it sharpened me up in a certain type of way that nothing else would. You did. And for me, the track is a mandatory prerequisite for a pimp. That's just for me, the way I see it. You dig? I don't know if a motherfucker could really say that he really pimped if he ain't really fucked with that track for real. Not saying you got to spend your whole career fucking with the track, but if you've never ever, you might have been in the game 10, 15, 20 years and you ain't never fucked with the track for real, I can't really say that you pimped for real. Because it's some real pimp situations that you're gonna go through on the track that's gonna sharpen you up and season you in a way that nothing else will. So, but yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Valentino said the track gonna keep a P on track. Indeed. That's the real. Track treat you right if you righteous. Indeed. Once again, if you ain't hit that like button, go ahead. Pimp gonna take another love break. Right, like Ozzy G say, the track is essential. Basic fundamentals, yeah, indeed. You know what I mean? The track is where you're gonna learn. The track is where you're gonna get seasoned. And the beautiful thing about the track, you can't never outgrow that motherfucker. No matter how seasoned you are, no matter how much you grow, no matter how much wisdom you gain, no matter how much knowledge you gain, no matter how much experience you have, the track is always going to be a place where you can be successful at, where you could thrive, where you could do your thing, where you can apply game, and the game is going to be good, put to good use, and a hoe can always get her worth on that motherfucking track. That's the beautiful thing about the track. See, and the sky's the limit on the track. Motherfuckers that hit big ass licks on the track. You know what I mean? I know a motherfucker personally who hit a $90-something thousand lick on the motherfucking track. You did? So it's just so much that can be done on the track. The track is just a beautiful ass place. Man, track is beautiful. Gangsta Brown, you know what I mean? All the money Gangsta Brown to check. He done did some beautiful things on that track over there in that Hollywood, man. Man, Gangsta Brown done really checked it over there in Hollywood, man. Y'all done heard the stories. Y'all done heard him talk about it. That motherfucking track, man. And see, hold on. Trolls. Philmo say at Freeze, how long after working on a woman do you reveal this pimping when getting at a square? Hold on. See, Philmo, right? This is the thing. A lot of cats don't want to reveal that it's pimping to a bitch because they think it's going to scare the bitch off, right? And in a lot of cases, it will. So the thing about it is, you have to give the bitch a feel for who you are, and it's about getting the bitch to like you. And that might take a split second. That might take a whole day. It might take more than a day. It might take an hour or two, whatever the case may be. It's really a matter of you and how you apply yourself. But you got to take time to understand who it is that you're dealing with, right? And every woman is different. And because every woman is different, you can't say, like, after a week, that's a good time to let a bitch know it's pimping. Or after 48 hours, that's the time that you're supposed to let it. You can't say that because every bitch is different. You did? So really what it is, it's about understanding this bitch. Understanding her background, her upbringing, so on and so forth. But just taking time to understand who it is that you're dealing with and what you're dealing with. Once you understand this bitch, then you can understand what she's able to handle. And within learning to understanding her, you getting her to understand you as well so that she can like you. You're giving her an opportunity to like you as you getting to understand her. Once you understanding her and she's understanding you, then at that point, I would say that you can let her know what it is. And sometimes with certain bitches, even after they take the time to understand you and you let them know what it is, they still might be scared to fuck with you. But if you really some pimping, man, at least with me, like most cases like that, it's rare that a bitch will be scared off by that type of shit. I'm pretty sure it didn't happen, but I don't really recall. I didn't talk to a lot of bitches. I'm sure that it's happened, but that's not something that's real common, at least with myself. I guess because with me, especially at this point in the game, I understand myself so well. And because I understand myself so well, I'm confident in myself. And like Sinful say, before something is acceptable, it got to be presentable, right? So it's really all about your presentation, man. And if you present it the right way, like I said, it can be on the spot. It can be, you know, some time later. It's really all about your presentation. You know what I mean? I've had situations, man, where I might let a bitch know on the spot. Like, bitch, I'm some pimping. And she might be a square, but she just might be so intrigued by my confidence that it's like, damn. You know, like, and then she might not have never seen a real pimp in the flesh. And she like, damn, this is what pimps are? Like, I wasn't expecting a pimp to be like this. Like, damn, he flies a motherfucker. He confident. There's a bitch keep on listening. Like, damn, he intelligent too. He got game. Like, letting the bitch know off top. Now, it's not like that every time, but, you know, sometimes, you know, you might feel like that. Like, yeah, you know, I'm some pimping for real. You know what I mean? I got hoes paying me, bitch. Like, you know, because it have been times where motherfuckers shit on a bitch. Like, you know, and it might be a situation. See, like, me and Sinful did a video on that before, talking about shitting on bitches, man. And it might start out with a bitch thinking that she like high and mighty. A bitch might think that she bigger than the game, or she might be a square, or whatever the case may be. But for whatever reason, she might just think that she bigger than me. And I just, you know, get big on the bitch, and bitches pimping with me like, you and nothing you got going on is bigger than me, bitch. I'm some pimping. And woo woo. Like damn, I'm trying to remember. Was that bitch? Nah, that bitch was a. Trying to remember, was that bitch? I know later on I found out the bitch was some well, I would say prostituting. But I think at the time, but anyway, I'm gonna just tell the story for whatever the case may be, right? Like, um, it was this bitch, right? Me and Sinful was in Minnesota, and this bitch was like really feeling herself, right? White girl, you know what I mean? Really thought she was the shit, and the bitch, me and Sinful was walking down the street, and the bitch pulled up on the side of us in the Benz. And it was, you know, it was a dated Benz. You know, it was some time behind the year, but it was a little Benz, a little CLK. This was in I want to say 2011, and the Benz was probably like a 2002, 2001 or something like that. You dig? So, but it was decent little Benz. It wasn't nothing that I would drive. You dig? But the bitch, the bitch was really feeling herself, right? So she pulled up on the side, and she was like, "Damn, y'all still walking?" Because if I remember correctly, she seen us like before that or whatever. We was walking, so the bitch rolled up and she seen us still walking. She's like, "Damn, y'all still walking?" So I told the bitch, I say, first of all, bitch, a pimp do what he want, you know what I mean? And like, as far as this little car, bitch, I could go buy 10 of these right now if I want, bitch. Like, you're not doing nothing special with this little old school raggedy ass Benz, bitch. I'm a motherfucking pimp, and I'll go buy 10 of these right now if I want to, bitch. You ain't doing shit with this motherfucking car. And the bitch just gave me this look like, you know, she didn't know how to respond to that shit. The bitch didn't even have nothing to say after that. You dig? You just got, when you the pimping, man, you just got to be big. Like, the world is your oyster, man, and you can have your way with it, with whatever situation. That's just the way I see it, man. And it was funny because later on, it was probably like a night or two later, I seen that bitch in the club, and she came and apologized to me. You did? I forget exactly what she said in the apology, but the bitch apologized to me. And you know, that was the end of that. But it started out with the bitch thinking that she was gonna shit on me. And mind you, that's what I didn't say. Mind you, me and Sinful probably got suits on that's more expensive than this bitch's car. You know what I mean? Me and Sinful suited and booted, tailored, you know what I mean? Handsome than a motherfucker. Hair, both our haircuts looking like God just touched us on the head one time. Haircut done. Waves is in there. Lining perfect, looking like Steve Harvey. Pimping in there. You know what I mean? We was just touched by God on this night. You know what I mean? So it's like, bitch, how dare you roll up on the fly? We the flyest motherfuckers in Minnesota at this time. Like, nobody in this whole state is flyer than us. And we some pimps, bitch. Like, how dare you roll up on the side of some pimping in this old ass motherfucking Benz and think that you gonna like say anything to us except for I don't know, bitch. Say you can't. How you gonna say anything to us? We the flyest thing out here, bitch. That's why you want to say something to us. You just coming all incorrect. But yeah, the bitch ended up. It started out with her trying to shit on the motherfucking fly ass pimping, and it ended up with the bitch apologizing after the pimping got big on her motherfucking ass. You did. So I say all that to say, you got to be confident in whatever it is that you're doing, man, as the pimping. And when it's talking to a square bitch, it ain't no different. See, once again, just like I mentioned earlier, how you got certain cats that call themselves P's that be intimidated by bitches, right? They be intimidated because a bitch might have more money than them. Bitch might be driving a better car than them. Bitch might live in a better residence than them. So these types of things be intimidating certain dudes, right? And you got certain cats that be intimidated by square bitches too. Motherfuckers that call themselves pimps be intimidated by square bitches for whatever reason. You got certain motherfuckers that's just intimidated by white bitches, whether it's a hoe, a square, or whatever the case may be, call themselves pimps. But you got motherfuckers that be intimidated by square bitches. Because just like that dude that called himself a pimp is intimidated by a bitch that drives something better than him or got more money than him, he's thinking in his mind like, damn, if this bitch find out that her car is better than mine, she ain't gonna wanna fuck with me. Damn, if this bitch find out that I ain't got as much money as she got, she ain't gonna wanna fuck with me. You did? So it's that same type of mentality. This square bitch, if she find out that I'm some pimping, she ain't gonna wanna fuck with me. You can't have them type of thoughts, man. Like when you some pimping, you just got to know that you the shit. But a big part of knowing that you the shit is investing in yourself and taking time to develop your pimping. You did? So that you really know who you are and what you are. And that's going to give you the confidence to understand that this bitch, if she had any type of sense, it's going to behoove her to break her neck to try to fuck with me. That's my mentality as a pimp. Like, I'm a blessing to you. Yeah, you can be a blessing to me too, bitch. But like Kanye say, it's 1,000 yous. It's only one of me. I'm the pimpin'. You just another bitch. And not that you gonna treat her like that, but that's if a bitch try to shit on you, you could treat her like that. But you just gotta know as a man that you exceptional, man. And when you know that you an exceptional motherfucker, you gonna have the confidence to be an open book to a female, no matter if she's a square or a hoe or whatever the case may be. You did? But one thing, like I say, it's a balance with it all, because most squares have a bad preconceived notion about what a pimp is. Most of them, what they think a pimp is and what a pimp actually is two completely different things. You got a lot of bitches that sell pussy that don't even know what a pimp is. So that much more for a square bitch. But once again, like Sinful say, before something is acceptable, it got to be presentable. So it's all about your presentation, man. So Small love break. Once again, go ahead, hit that thumbs up button for a pimp. Right, like you say, right. To be the truth, you got to walk it before you talk it. Indeed. Indeed. And see, that's why, that's the difference between a pimp and a con artist, man. See, a lot of dudes be con artists too. And that ain't got nothing to do with this game, man. But see, what a con artist ain't going to tell you is, like you mentioned being the truth. A con artist obviously ain't the truth. So they going to do their best to con a bitch into liking them. But the bitch ain't really liking them. If it's a con, the bitch is liking whatever he's conning her into liking. So whatever the image is, it's not the truth. So the bitch is ultimately liking the con. So he got to keep the con going in order for the bitch to keep liking him. So, but that's only gonna last so long. But the beautiful thing about being the truth, you ain't gotta keep dancing. You ain't gotta keep up with the smoke and mirrors. When you the truth, you can just be yourself and you can relax. But I've never been a con artist, but I would imagine it's a real job in that. It's a lot of work in being a con artist, you dig? So I don't know. But it's a beautiful thing to be the truth. Hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. All right. Ozzy G say only a P can bestow game. I gotta disagree with you there. Because to say only a P can bestow game is to say that only a P can have game. And that's not true. A con artist can have game, and if a con artist can have game, then a con artist can bestow game. A bitch can have game, and if a bitch can have game, then she can bestow game. See, the difference, what separates the pimping from everybody else is, like I've talked about before, the pimping is just blessed with certain gifts that the average individual don't have. You did? Hold up. But yeah, like I said, the pimping is just born with certain gifts, right? And these gifts make him very well suited to pimp. The gifts themselves aren't blessed upon him to specifically pimp, but these gifts just make the pimping well suited to pimp. Yeah. So, just like I talked about before, right? It's a few things that make a pimp exceptional. And it all factors into manhood, right? Like self-discipline. That's one thing that separates a pimp from the average motherfucker. Now, somebody with no self-discipline can bless somebody with some game. But the beautiful thing about the pimping with the self-discipline, when you got that self-discipline, you can stand on certain things, right? Like, For instance, even though it ain't no hell of a game, it's kind of common knowledge in the game that when it comes to the sexual thing, you don't want that to dictate the relationship between a pimp and a hoe. That's some game. It ain't no hell of a exceptional. It ain't no extraordinary game, but nonetheless, that's some game. You don't want the sex to dictate the relationship between a pimp and a hoe, right? But see, like I say, the difference between the pimping and the average motherfucker that say it but don't display it, the pimping has the self-discipline to live up to that game. And see, a lot of times motherfuckers in the game might tell somebody something or say something, but they can't really stand on what they're saying. And a big part of the reason for that is because of lack of self-discipline. And see, you might not always see that. Like a motherfucker might tell you, now that, don't get it twisted. Like I said, you don't want the sex to dictate the relationship between a pimp and a hoe, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that a pimp ain't supposed to have sex with his hoes. See, a motherfucker might tell you some shit like that, right? Oh man, you don't want to be fucking on these hoes, man. Pimp don't be fucking his hoes. That same motherfucker that's telling you that, he fucking bitches like 90 going north. He fucking bitches nonstop. He can't keep his dick out of a bitch. You dig? That's a motherfucker with no self-discipline. If a motherfucker ain't got the discipline to say, you know what, right now ain't the time, I'm not finna fuck on this bitch right now, we gonna wait on that. And this bitch might be fine as hell, and she pressing up on him, she trying to bully him for the dick, but he just, nah, you know what, we gonna chill out on that right now. That's self-discipline. Everybody ain't got that, but the pimpin' got that. The pimpin' ain't finna allow this bitch's womb to control what he got going on. Self-discipline. You dig? Being able to refrain from using drugs. Or I'll say, not allowing the drugs to be the master of you and you being the master of whatever it is that you're doing. Might be drugs. Me, myself, I'm not even gonna play with that. But some people might play with the drugs, but they're not mastered by them. You dig? The pimpin' got the self-discipline to refrain from that type of shit. Pimpin' got the self-discipline to be in an environment where everybody is getting high and he's still able to be like, you know what, no thank you. It done been plenty of times where I done been on the track or I done been in a circle of pimps and everybody in the circle might be 10 pimps. Everybody in the circle got a styrofoam cup. They passing the cups out, you know what I mean? And everybody pouring up and they try to pass me one and I'm, you know what, I'm cool. You know what I mean? That's self-discipline. Everybody ain't got that type of self-discipline. But the pimpin' do. Everybody who say they're a pimp ain't a pimp. But the pimpin' got self-discipline, right? That's also a certain type of pressure. And see, that's another thing beautiful about this pimping. The pimping is able to stand pressure, whatever type of pressure it is. That's that man shit, like I say, but it factors into the pimping as well. Pimping is able to withstand pressure. And a lot of motherfuckers that call themselves the pimping, they can't take no motherfucking pressure. They can't even take peer pressure, which that situation I described, that's peer pressure. A lot of motherfuckers that call themselves pimps, they can't even take no peer pressure, let alone some real type of pressure. You know what I mean? Some real type of pressure where your life is on the line or your freedom is on the line. A lot of motherfuckers can't handle that type of shit. A lot of motherfuckers that call themselves pimps is gonna get to telling on everybody if they face some type of pressure where their freedom is on the line. They gonna start singing like a canary. So that pressure. And then another thing beautiful about this pimping is that self-confidence, like I was just talking about, that understanding that you're important and knowing why you're important and knowing what makes you important as a man and as a pimp. that's the beautiful thing about this pimping. The pimping just know he's important no matter what the situation is. Like I say, you might come across a bitch that got more money, better car, whatever. But the pimping just know that that's no match for the pimping. Everything that you got going on combined, bitch, and if you multiply that 100 times, it still is gonna be no match for my pimping. If I got nothing, I might be completely fucked up. My confidence comes from my pimping. And I know that whatever the bitch got going on, my pimping can enhance that. My pimping can be an asset to this bitch no matter what she got going on. She don't have my pimping. So she's lacking. She's at a loss because she don't have my pimping, no matter what. So like I say, a few things that make the pimping exceptional. That self-discipline, that ability to withstand pressure, and that confidence. They might seem like some simple ass shit, but it's not something that everybody has. And it's something that only a few people in the game have. A small minority of motherfuckers in the game that say they pimps actually have this. Self-discipline, the ability to withstand pressure, self-confidence. And when I say confidence, I'm talking about the confidence from themselves and who they are and what they are as a man. Not because they got a whole bunch of money or because they got certain type of material things. I'm talking about confidence, raw, uncut, butt naked by themselves. Who they are and what they stand for, what they about. Confidence coming from that. Like I said, this is the pimping, and that's the beautiful thing about the pimping. The pimping is going to impart this to the bitch. You dig? So it's more than just game that the pimping is bestowing on somebody or bestowing upon a hoe. You instilling certain characteristics in this bitch that not everybody can instill in her because, like we say in the game, a hoe is a reflection of whoever she fucking with. So if a hoe is reflecting my pimping, she's gonna reflect self-discipline. And see, it ain't nothing that no amount of game that you give somebody is gonna give them self-discipline. I could give you all the game in the world, but that's not gonna make you have self-discipline. But if a hoe is a reflection of a pimp, then as she spends time with that pimp and as she gets established and starts to grow with that pimp, she's gonna naturally reflect him. So she's gonna naturally be a reflection of his self-discipline. She's gonna be able to withstand pressure like him. She's gonna have confidence from her hoeing, and not because she's able to post an ad or because she's able to go in a casino or because she hooked up with this service or because she's able to work in this certain type of strip club where not every bitch can work. No, her confidence is gonna come from her hoeing, the game that she has, who she is and what she is as a hoe. And she's reflecting that from the pimping. So, like I say, that's the beautiful thing about the pimping. You say only a P can bestow game. No, anybody can give game because anybody can retain game. Anybody can acquire game. So, and that's a big misconception in the game. A lot of people think that that's one thing that makes a pimp exceptional is his game. And to a certain extent, yeah, but it's a whole bunch of goofies in the game with game. It's a whole bunch of clowns in the game with game. Some of the same game that the pimping got. But when a hoe has things instilled in her from the pimping, like self-confidence, like ability to withstand pressure, like self-discipline, when these types of things are instilled in a hoe, the game that she has is going to take her a whole lot further than a bitch who don't have them things. So that's the beautiful thing about this pimping. The pimping is able to instill certain qualities in the bitch that are kind of like activators to the game that she has. It activates the game in a way that the average bitch with only the game but not these characteristics can. So that's the difference between the pimping and, you know, just a motherfucker with some game. Having some game is beautiful, but having certain qualities and attributes about yourself that make the game that much greater is even more beautiful. Give me more. You say, what are the qualities? I broke them down. You'll have to go back and watch after this is over with. But I just named a few qualities. Self-discipline, ability to withstand pressure, self-confidence. Those are the qualities that I broke down in detail, and you can go back and watch this, like I said, after it's over. And soak that up like that. Once again, for those of y'all just coming in, if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, if you ain't wiped your feet off at the door before you came into a pimp's domain, please do so now. Step back to the doorway, wipe your feet off at the door, hit that thumbs up button for a pimp one time, and I greatly appreciate you for that. Take this small love break. I've been knocking this shit down. Y'all see I was like right here when I started this live. Yeah, we down here now. We finna knock it down even more. Putting this love on my body, man. See, that's what I'm saying. You said exactly why con artists can't bestow game. See, that's what I'm saying. The con artists can bestow game. You're going to have to go back and watch this over with, man, and really take time to soak up what I was saying. Give me more say, you teach whole self-discipline. It's not just teach, but it's being an example and influencing them to have self-discipline. Of course, you know, I can sit down with somebody and say, okay, you know, this is what self-discipline is. And, you know, I can quote unquote sit down and teach somebody about self-discipline. But in order to help somebody with self-discipline, you got to be an example. That's the best thing. You gotta lead by example when it comes to that. You gotta display that. You gotta live that in front of them. You dig? Just little things like when you going to eat with a bitch, right? And y'all ordering food, and the bitch orders some type of shit. She might order some fried chicken or whatever the case may be, and you don't eat fried chicken because you got self-discipline, right? And the bitch try to get you to take a bite of her fried chicken, and you like, nah, you know what I mean? I'm sticking with this baked chicken over here that I got. You know what I mean? Or the bitch might have a hamburger or some shit like that, try to get you to take a bite of that. You know what I mean? It's little stuff like that. She might have some soda or something. She trying to get you to drink some soda. I got my love right here. You know what I mean? Those are just small examples of self-discipline. You dig? And one of the greatest examples of self-discipline that you can show a hoe is when y'all alone in the room together, y'all alone in the motherfucking bed together, and y'all touching on each other and getting all hot and bothered and everything like that. And then you just pump the brakes like, you know what? It ain't time for that right now. That's the greatest display of self-discipline, or at least one of them. That's one of the greatest displays of self-discipline that a hoe is ever gonna see from a pimp. That she ever gonna see from a man, period, but especially this pimping. Because especially if the bitch is a fine ass motherfucker, like if the bitch got ass and titties and got a cold ass body and a beautiful ass face, she's not accustomed to a man refraining himself. If they alone in the room, 9 times out of 10, she gonna have her way with him. So For a motherfucker to be able to pump his brakes and keep himself in his pants and not allow the bitch inside his pants, he ain't finna let her give him no head. She can't even touch him right there. He not finna go up inside her, just none of like, nah. We finna chill right now. That's one of the greatest displays of self-discipline that a hoe is ever gonna see from a pimp. And that's one of the things that's gonna distinguish him in her mind, because she ain't never experienced that with nobody before. So that's one of the things that's gonna, especially motherfuckers that say they pimps. That's where a bitch really gonna have her head in the clouds and think she the shit. If she done been with 3-4 other motherfuckers that said that they was pimps, and you know she done did shit like fucked on them before they did any type of hoeing for them, or before she did any type of hoeing for him, she done had her way with him sexually and all that type of shit, and she done did this with a few different motherfuckers. Then she get to you, and she actually been paying you, and she actually been hoeing and stand down or whatever for a little short period of time, but you still don't think it's the appointed time for that right now. So the bitch trying to go there, and you still like, you know what I mean? A bitch is gonna fuck her up. It's like, damn. Okay. All right, I like that. You know what I mean? And certain bitches, you know, they go through like withdrawals. Certain bitches don't know how to handle that. Christian Murphy, once again, good looking with the $1 holler. Certain bitches don't know how to handle that type of shit. You know what I mean? I done had bitches get mad at me like a motherfucker, really get furious because I don't want to have sex with them. You know what I mean? And it's, you know, certain bitches don't know how to handle it because it kind of fucks with their confidence. They think it's something about them this inadequate or something like that. And no, it ain't nothing like that, bitch. Like, you know, I'm attracted to you. You sexy than a motherfucker. And I can't wait to fuck the shit out of your motherfucking ass. Just not right now. You know what I mean? Right now ain't the time for that, bitch. Like, we got other more important things to concern ourselves with than that. So, you know, when it's time for that, you gonna know. But it's not time for that right now. You dig? That's the best way to teach a bitch about self-discipline, as opposed to just saying something to her about it. You know what I mean? When you displaying it like that, it's gonna sink into the bitch, and it's something that she ain't ever seen before, and it's gonna influence her when she goes out and she hoes. Cause she might be the type of bitch that might do a bump with a trick if he got that on deck, or she might pop a pill with him or something like that. But when she see the pimping display that self-discipline, it's gonna influence her. And then on top of that, he's giving her certain game. It's gonna influence her. She gonna be the type of hoe like, damn, I've been letting tricks really get away with murder. I can't do that type of shit no more. Hell no. But she's learning this being around the pimping. You dig? I'm giving y'all motherfuckers too much game, man. Man. Y'all better appreciate this shit right here for real. I mean, y'all with some motherfucking game. Y'all better appreciate this shit. New Child say, separate and elevate yourself from everyone she's ever dealt with before you. Power. Indeed. That's what you're doing, New Child, for real. That's what you're doing. You distinguishing yourself, man. And you really meaning what you say. That's big too, man. You really got to mean what you say. Like Sinful did a video, y'all probably seen it because I said it. You know what I mean? You got to really mean what you say. You can't just be saying shit and then when it come time to stand up what you saying, stand up to what you saying, or stand on what you saying, you falling short. You know what I mean? You telling the bitch this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be. Then when it come time to live up to that, you not doing it. You got to mean what you say. And when a bitch sees that you're consistently living up to the things that you say, that's big, man. That's big. Because again, like New Child was saying, you know, before, like you separate yourself from everybody before before you that she's dealt with, you know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, the men that this bitch done dealt with, they done said one thing and done another. They done tried to say that they was this way and they live in that way. So when you the type of motherfucker that whatever you say, you living up to that, your words is consistent with your actions, man, that's big. That's some big shit. Bitch ain't used to that. The average motherfucker ain't, you know, they not doing that. The average motherfucker's just making it sound good, but when it come time to being good, they falling short. So, yeah. King Diamond, top of it to you and blessings to you as well. Much appreciated. I love that, man. That's a good one. Give me most say, describe what a square woman is. I'm glad you said that, man. Man, I'm glad you said that. I really need to do a whole separate video on that. That little simple question right there, or request right there. Describe what a square woman is. Hey, listen. Now, this is my take on what a square woman is. Some people might disagree with Freeze, but this is Freeze's definition of what a square woman is. A square woman is a female who don't believe in pimping, don't fuck with pimping, might be anti-pimping. That's a square woman. Now, you have a lot of females that are square women that don't think that they're square women, but they actually are square women. I'm gonna break down a few of them, right? A few different kinds of them. You have renegades that think that they hoes because they sell pussy, but they not fucking with the pimping, so they really a square. You did? You really a square female. Just because you selling pussy don't mean you a hoe. See, the opposite of a square is a hoe. You dig? To me, prostitute, that's a square. You know what I mean? Whatever else you want to call it, square. Hoe is a hoe, square is a square, right? Hoes fuck with pimps. Hoes love pimps. Hoes got love for pimps. Hoes respect pimps. Hoes like pimps. Hoes fuck with pimps, right? Anything outside of that is a square. Like I said, you got renegades, sell pussy, think they not a square, but they really a square. Then you have bitches that sell pussy and they give their money to somebody that's not a pimp, and they think that because they giving their money to somebody that they not a square, but they still a square. You got bitches that, you know, like they got the Build-A-Bear store. You got bitches that go to the Build-A-Pimp store and try to, you know, piece shit together and build a pimp. And just because they giving him what they think is some game, they doing what they think is lacing him, and put some money in his pocket, handing them traps. They think they got a pimp now. That's a square. You got bitches that give money to tricks. You got bitches. And some of y'all probably think it's crazy, but it's really true. This is really happening in real life right now. You have bitches that upon first encounter, they dated this dude. He gave her some money. She gave him a sexual favor in return. This is how they met. It evolves, that situation evolves into this bitch breaking herself to this motherfucker, catching other dates with other motherfuckers and breaking herself to him. You still a square. Pimp ain't gonna never do that. You got real life tricks Did upon first meeting this bitch, dated the bitch, and it evolves from that into this bitch breaking herself to him. That's a square. But all of these types of bitches that I'm describing, they really think that they hoes just because they catch dates. They sell pussy. But just because you sell pussy don't mean you a hoe. You got bitches that been in the game 10, 15, 20 plus years. That been squares that whole time. They've been selling pussy that whole time. They done gave money to a motherfucker some of that time. But unless you done fucked with a pimp, see, this is the difference, right? You got square bitches that give their money to somebody. They'll give their money to just about anybody. But see, the difference between a hoe and a square bitch, a hoe is gonna give some hoeing to a pimp. Most of these bitches ain't capable of giving hoeing to a pimp. They ain't got no problem giving money to a pimp. They'll do that all day long. But it's a whole totally different thing when a bitch is giving hoeing to a pimp. Most of these bitches wouldn't know the first thing about that. Because like Sinful was talking about when he was live last night, you got to be a woman first. And a lot of these bitches ain't really women. They just females in the game. Again, they say that they women and all that, but they not really living up to the title of being a woman. So, like I say, you got bitches that they done gave their money to a whole bunch of different men, or they might have been giving their money to one man for years, or whatever the case may be. But that's what makes a hoe a hoe. A hoe gives up hoeing to a pimp. And a lot of bitches sell pussy and get their money to somebody and they gave an ounce of hoeing to nobody. That's a square. If you ain't gave up no hoeing to a pimp, you a square. That's a square. So I'm glad that you said that, describe a square woman. That's a square. Gimme Mo says again, when being a woman first, what's a woman to you? In a nutshell, man, a woman is somebody who has responsibility. She has a concept of responsibility, and she doesn't have a problem handling responsibilities. And a woman has accountability about herself as well. When she's to blame for something that goes wrong, she has no problem admitting that. And she has no problem taking accountability for that and acknowledging that before somebody else has the chance to tell her about it. See, a lot of these bitches that ain't women, whether they in the game or not, one problem that I see, man, and it fucks me up, it's so, I can't even front to you, it's frustrating. It fucks me up because they run from accountability like that shit is the bubonic plague, like that shit gonna kill their motherfucking ass. Like if something is their fault, a bitch might fuck up the world. And she knows she fucked up the world. But when it come time for her to acknowledge that she fucked up the world, the bitch gonna deny it like a motherfucker. Everybody seen her do it like, damn, bitch, we seen you fuck up the world. I didn't do that shit. That's these bitches, man. It kills me. But that's a woman, though. A woman has accountability about herself. Like I said, when she makes a mistake, before anybody else can acknowledge the mistake, she acknowledges it herself. Just like what a man do. You know what I mean? Like me, if I make a mistake, 9 times out of 10, I'm not perfect. That's not what my P stand for. But 9 times out of 10, if I make a mistake before anybody else has the opportunity to point it out to me, I'll acknowledge it myself and I'll correct it myself. And that's what a woman is going to do because she has accountability about herself. So, and responsibility as well. You did? Because she understands that in order to be responsible for her success, she got to be responsible for her failures as well. So she gonna handle the responsibilities when it comes to all that. That's a woman in a nutshell. Sound like you see the good qualities in a woman, but you're not looking for a woman. Oh no, I'm definitely looking for a woman. I'm a man, so I gotta have a woman. I can't have no little girl, and you got a bunch of grown ass little girls running around. Can't have no little girl. I'm definitely looking for a woman. Couple more people hit that thumbs up button, man. We almost at 200 likes, man. Go ahead and get him over there one time. One more person hit that thumbs up button, man. Wipe your feet off at the door in the pimp's domain. Okay, we had 200 likes. Good shit. Big TZ say let's get Freeze up to 10,000 subs, y'all. I appreciate that, man, and I'm pretty sure that after this video, I'll be over 10,000 subs. And for all of y'all who have just now subscribed to me, I appreciate you. Paul Lang, once again, good looking with the $10. For those of y'all who are new subscribers to me, I greatly appreciate y'all for coming and tuning in, and I look forward to blessing y'all with more content in the future. For those of y'all who've been riding with a pimp this whole time, or been riding with a pimp for a while now, I appreciate y'all for staying solid and staying down with a pimp. You did. I got great appreciation and great gratitude for y'all, for real. And we're going to keep it going. You dig? Octavius Prime say, what do you think of Cardi B allegedly drugging and robbing tricks and stealing from them during her Renegade days? You know, T stay on. She was doing what she do. I mean, I don't look down on her for that. If that's what you want to know, I mean, she, you know, like you said, Renegade days. Renegades, you know, they do this. They be feeling around in the dark trying to figure shit out. Like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? And when you're doing that, you're going to do shit like that. She wasn't getting pimped on, so she could have been a whole lot more effective in what she was doing if she had some pimping in her life. But, you know, she was doing what she do. Fortunately, she didn't, I mean, I don't know how in depth she was with that. I don't know if that's something that she was like doing on the regular, or if that's something she did only a few times. I'm guessing that that's not something that she did a whole lot of, or if she did, it wasn't like for nothing real big. But again, that's the felony chances that I was talking about just a minute ago. So fortunately, the bitch didn't do no major time behind no shit like that. I don't know if she ever caught a case doing something like that, but obviously she ain't did no major times, and that's a blessing for her, you know. But ultimately, she she took Ranting and Raving on Instagram and turned it into her being an icon in music. So I give her props for that. Right, like Phil most say to be expected from a renegade. LOL. All right, I'm gonna answer a few more questions. We're gonna be live for a few more minutes, and Pim gonna go ahead and wrap it up because yeah, I still got to go to the gym, man, and it's almost time for Pim to go hit that gymnasium. You dig? So I'm gonna answer a few more questions. We're gonna be live for a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. And if you have not already, once again, hit that like button, hit that thumbs up for a pimp. Wipe your feet off at the door when you come into a pimp's domain, man. Hit that like button. Please and thank you. Daryl Juice says, I motivate and coach bitches what I feel on what I feel can boost her hoeing. I love this game, but I'm a life coach, not a peak. Does that necessarily make me a square? See, the thing is, man, people talk about being a square like it's a terrible thing, and it's not. And a lot of people think that those of us in the game look down on squares. Me personally, I don't. Uh, I got respect for all walks of life, squares included. Which every other walk of life outside of the game is a square walk of life. But it's nothing wrong with being a square. So if you are a square, then that's fine. I can't really say what you are or what you ain't. I don't really know you. So, but that's up to you to determine for yourself. But ultimately, just understand that there's nothing wrong with being a square, and it's a bad stigma with the game that people in the game, look down upon squares. And me myself, I don't look down on squares at all. Some of my favorite people in the world are squares. So. What rep ranges do you use on the bench press? It depends on if I'm going heavy or if I'm going light. If I'm going heavy, for me, I might play around the 300 range, something like that. If I'm going light, shit, anywhere from 225 to 250, 260, something like that. On the bench press. Cool Breeze, much respect to you as well. Much appreciated. Fontaine says, I'm just seeing you on here, so you're a pimp like dead ass. Hey man, I'm just somebody who got a lot of love and admiration for the game. That's all I am, man. Gimme Mo says, would you consider yourself, would you consider eating vegan? I thought about it. At this point in time, what I'm into right now, I like having a little size on me. So I like getting my protein from chicken and fish. So that's what I'm on. Other than that, I'm very similar to a vegan. I'm not eating dairy right now. That's really the only thing from the animal that I'm messing with right now is chicken and fish. So being a vegan wouldn't be hard for me because I eat very similar to one right now. But I know there's people who lift and have size that are vegans. Me myself, if I were to figure out a way to get my protein out of food, see, I don't like, you got a lot of cats that get most of their protein from supplements. I like getting most of my protein from the food that I eat. So if I could figure out how to be a vegan and get most of my protein out of the food that I eat within being a vegan, then I probably will fuck with it. But at this point, I don't know how to do that. I ain't got the game on that. So at this point, I wouldn't be vegan. But if I wasn't into lifting and having size on me, then I probably would be a vegan on the real. I like the idea of being a vegan. Robin, we've been live 2 hours and almost 52 minutes. Octavius Prime say hemp is a great plant protein source. Right. I know it's a few of them, but I'm just thinking of something that's going to match the protein that I get from meat. I don't know of anything that's going to match the protein. I'm sure it is something out there or some type of way to do it. But at this point, I don't know of anything that's going to match the same type of protein that I get from poultry or fish. But if I was to figure that out, and I know it's out there, and I might figure it out one day, and I might give it a shot and see what it do. I'll fuck with it. Do you deadlift? Nah, you know what? Surprisingly, I don't. I don't deadlift. That's one thing that I don't do. I do just about everything else in the gym, but that's one thing that I never really got into was deadlift. I don't deadlift. I probably should though. Cause see, I modeled my routine after Serge Nubret. And for those of y'all who don't know who Serge Nubret is, he was a cold bodybuilder. He used to bodybuild with Arnold and all those guys back in the day. I modeled my routine after Serge Nubret. I modified it a little bit for myself, but that's what I modeled my routine after. And to my understanding, Serge Nubret didn't really deadlift either. And he looked phenomenal. He was a cold motherfucker. Like, as far as aesthetics go, that's my favorite. Like, I don't know anybody who aesthetically was better than Serge Nubret. That motherfucker was cold. And I'm sure he did deadlifts from time to time probably, but as far as his regular routine, to my knowledge, he never did it. So that's why I modeled my routine after. So that's why I never really got into him. So deadlift can cause damage. Yeah, really, any kind of weightlifting could cause damage if you ain't got the game and you're not doing it in a safe fashion. You can hurt yourself doing anything. You can hurt yourself doing curls. You can hurt yourself doing rows, all type of shit. Bench press, fucking with dumbbells, fucking with bars. You can hurt yourself doing just about anything if you ain't doing it in a safe fashion. Shit, some motherfuckers are doing shit in a safe fashion, still hurt themselves. Mac Jewel, top of it. I see you, man. Deadlift commonly done wrong though, so that mean nothing for real. Yeah, that's true. I'm sure deadlift is one of the most common exercises that people injure themselves doing. I'm sure deadlift is up there, probably above a lot of shit. Yeah, wait, chicken and fish, you lean and hard. Yeah, nah, vegan don't eat fish or chicken pea. Yeah, I know that. Vegans don't have nothing to do with the animal, period. And real hardcore vegans, they don't wear nothing from the animal. They don't eat anything from the animal. They just don't have nothing to do with the animal. But yeah, I still do the poultry and the fish. You can hurt yourself talking crazy to Robin. I bet you can. I believe it. Uncommon P says, I'm vegan. You're right. Yeah, vegans, because you got some vegan people that, or some consider themselves to be vegan, but they might still wear some clothes or have some accessories that come from the animal. But a real diehard serious vegan, they not having nothing to do with the animal. Nothing. They not wearing anything from the animal. They not using no products that got something to do with the animal. They not eating anything from the animal. Real vegan ain't having it. If it got something to do with the animal in it, they not fucking with it. All right, y'all. It's about that time for a pimp to go hit this gym, man. If you haven't already, on your way out, hit that thumbs up button for a pimp. I greatly appreciate you for it. As always, man, I appreciate y'all. It's been a beautiful thing. It don't even seem like we've been live for 3 hours like it always be, man. It don't never seem like it. But I appreciate y'all for viewing. I appreciate y'all for your subscriptions. I appreciate you for hitting the bell when you subscribe. I appreciate you for hitting the thumbs up button. I appreciate you for hitting the thumbs down button. It's all good as long as you hit one of them motherfucking buttons. I appreciate you for it. I appreciate y'all for all the super chat contributions. I appreciate you for sharing. I appreciate all your comments and your questions and your feedback. I appreciate y'all for all the support that you come with in every which way that you come with it. And for those of y'all unfamiliar with Freeze's music, I'm on SoundCloud. Freeze is it. Same way that it's spelled on my YouTube channel. If you go on SoundCloud and type in Freeze is it, I'm gonna pop up. I got 6 tracks on there. I have a single available on all the streaming platforms entitled Fuck On You. So if you type in Freeze is it, Fuck On You, my single gonna pop up. Y'all can go listen to that. You dig? And the Instagram, even my hello costs with underscores in between each word. Even my hello costs. And Jay Jones, Surge was dope. Yeah, I agree, man. Surge was the dopest to me. He was a cold motherfucker. But yeah, y'all follow me on all that type of shit, man. And I appreciate you once again for tuning in and supporting the pimp. Y'all be safe. If you're out in traffic moving around, do so in a safe fashion.